Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone in between, welcome to the Everything and Nothing Show. I'm just one of your hostess with the mostest, Clayton Kisco, and I'm accompanied, of course, by the rest of the Maelstrom Gamers. On this podcast today, we have with us the bad boy himself, Cop Show's #1 fan, Steve Landis.
He's sleepy.
What's up, Steve?
So tired.
Why are you so tired?
And dapping.
It's a tired dap.
Tired dap.
That's like a
It's a little limp.
Too much division, dude.
something like that.
Okay. Awesome. And next up, we have the A-Train, the Tea House, the Canadian sensation.
His
Hey,
Perfect
is
hair
off?
forever, Alan Tollner.
My camera's off?
No,
No, your
you're
cape.
right. No, you're still here.
I
Oh yeah, my cape is off.
Yeah. There you go. There we go. And last, but certainly not least, the man formerly known as the Enigma, a.k.a. Backdoor, Ian Kane.
What's going on?
What's going on?
Boom!
You know it's him because of the bow.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Guys,
That
real
was
quick, go Titans. They just traded the #1 pick in the NFL 2016 draft to the Rams to jump to number 15. We got their number 15, their 2 second-round picks, their third-round pick, their first-round pick next year, and their third-round pick next year. So I'm feeling pretty good. Titans moving in the right direction.
And they're still going to end up last in the league.
They will, but then we'll have 2 first-round picks next year, and then we're going to go to the playoffs. Also, fun tidbit, the last 3 teams in the Super Bowl era, actually all 3 teams who have had 6 picks in the first 76 picks went to the Super Bowl in the next 5 years. So,
Well, stats are made to be broken.
yeah.
Who are the
true.
Titans?
I'm sorry?
Who are the Titans?
You don't remember the Titans?
Anyway,
remember-
for those of you who guys don't know,
Ooh.
if you guys don't know the format of the show, it's very simple. I'll break it down for you very quickly.
Clash of Titans, Sam Worthington. Liam Neeson.
Liam Nielsen, taken.
Okay.
Us Maelstrom Gamers, we hop on a Skype each and every week. We each bring a topic for our discussion, but more importantly for your entertainment. There's 5 topics every week, and each topic has its own YouTube video on youtube.com/Maelstrom Gamer channels. And on Saturday, all the topics are rolled up into one episode where you can get all of that for free. And if you want to get that early and support us for as little as $1, you can go on to patreon.com/Maelstrom Gamers, and you can support us there. We also have fun little rewards for you, including getting things early, MP3s, videos, and special podcasts as well. If you don't have money, that's okay. There's free ways to support us too. You can go on our Facebook page. You can go to our @Maelstrom Gamers on our Twitter. Follow us there, like us there. You can comment, subscribe, and share the YouTube video down here. We're getting a lot of, actually, what's interesting is we're getting a lot of great comments, mostly flat earthers. That's cool. We'll talk to you guys. That's fine. But we also got a shout out, guys. I don't know if you saw this, but in college, we inherited a house off campus called the Super House. And it was called the Super House because it was a ginormous house off campus that threw amazing parties. Being the people that we are, we didn't want to just like take their name, so we made it the Maelstrom House. And that's where the Maelstrom moniker comes from. But the Super House guys also have a podcast, and they gave us a shout out and shared our stuff on Facebook with all their people. So I just want to give a special thanks to them.
Nice.
And with this episode, we're going to shout out to the Super House people as well.
Good
I started listening to their
Super
podcast.
House.
It's pretty funny. You guys should definitely check it out.
After you check out ours.
After you check out ours, of course. So that's the format. It's very simple. There's ways to support us. There's free ways to support us. Really, if it's $1, it's really it's that simple, and it can go a long way. So really appreciate it if you can spare that change, that extra change. We're just a bunch of bums asking for money. That's really all this is.
Yeah.
Making
Dollar.
conversation about
Except
it.
they're getting.
Clay hates bums, by the way.
Except
Yes.
they're getting more money than us. Though.
They are. They're getting a lot more money than us.
Yeah.
We're failing at this. All right, let's go to our first topic. Steve, I'm going to allow you to wake up a little bit, so I'm not going to go to you.
Thank you.
Ian, you look actually pretty awake. I'm gonna go for you, man.
Because it's
Okay.
not early in the
Enigma.
morning in
Yeah.
Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been up for a
Florida
few
man.
hours. It's kind
Florida
of
man
nice.
has been awake.
It is for
But,
me though.
Well, we all know
okay.
that you're the bum posted on the
Sorry.
corner right now, so you're at your job, and we understand.
You know, for a man who's extremely tired, you did a really great job on your hair this morning.
I was gonna say,
Your
yeah,
hair is For
You
those
always
listening to
got to.
MP3,
I
which
feel like he's
is
got
nobody.
one of those like Rube Goldberg machines. Like he wakes up and knocks a ball over and it like starts combing his hair or something.
It just,
Well, Clay, you would know nothing about that, man.
what?
Ooh.
I know what Rube Goldberg.
Yeah.
Oh, hair. Got it.
Yeah.
Talking shit about it.
He grooms his
Goldberg?
beard.
That's right. I groom beard
Yeah.
and then they
Yeah,
shave it.
I want one of those. That'd be really cool. I'll trade you.
No.
Well, so
love my
my
beard.
topic was, what is your guys' favorite animated series? There's a lot out there nowadays, so I didn't know if you guys had a favorite or possibly one that you used to like and maybe don't like anymore. I was telling Clay earlier, if you think about it, like back in the day, more adult animated series like Simpsons and there was South Park, but now there's like a handful and a bunch of them out there. So, what are your favorite animated series, or if you even like animated series?
Well, Ian, what is your favorite animated series? Why
I've
don't you
always
kick it off?
I've always liked South Park. That's a great one, just because they kind of stay current and they make fun of a lot of issues and be it political or social.
Yeah.
They
It
do a
always
good job of
cracks me.
offending everyone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what I like. I like to offend everyone, But I started to get on. I don't know if you guys seen Brickleberry.
No.
It's
I have not.
extremely. It's
Is that the one with Tosh?
Yes.
Tosh.0, yeah.
Daniel Tosh, the comedian, he has Tosh.0, but he also made Brickleberry, and it's very like
That's
very
what is
disgusting.
Brickleberry? Is that the name of the character, the town?
it's the name of the
The
park.
forest.
They're all forest rangers, and it
Cool.
is. It's like very graphic and gross, but it's hilarious. Just some of the things that they do and talk about. But
Tosh.0 is very like in himself.
Oh, yeah.
He's very graphic, right?
yeah. So think about his
Humor.
comedy, but
Yeah.
like amplified because he could do it all in an animated series. Instead of just talking about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny though.
You can see it acted out.
His imagination, I can't.
Yeah, it runs
It
wild.
almost makes me sick. Like I'm sure there's a ton of poop and vomit and just like
There's a lot
sex.
of things in there. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the Aristocrats joke, just
Oh,
in
yeah.
animated form. I'm sure.
But I would think I'd have to really go to, something I've watched a million times over is Family Guy, of course. So
Oh, yeah.
You know, I don't know. Like, do you guys, for an animated series to go very long and just diminish over time, do you think that hurts the legacy of the series? Because, like, for instance, Simpsons, from what I know, is like there's two camps. There's the original Simpsons camp, and then there's everything that happened after that, and people don't really like, maybe hate's too much of a strong word, but people really just don't even really appreciate or think the new Simpsons stuff is even that good. And does that tarnish its legacy, right? Or is it pretty easy to say, no, Simpsons is one of the best because it just had a great run for those 9 years, and then after that it really just fell apart, but I pretend like that doesn't exist. Because if that's the case, I gotta say that, like, Family Guy, I don't know.
Yeah, I think
Maybe-
Family Guy had that happen to them for
Yeah.
sure.
yeah.
And maybe I grew out of it, or I just stopped whatever happened, but, like, I'm not that big of a fan of it anymore. It's okay, but it's not that funny anymore. It's kind of run its course for me.
Okay.
South Park, I would argue, actually got better over time. It like evolved in a really interesting way. It went from very crude, crass, juvenile humor, which was great for its time, but then it evolved into this, like you said, Ian, very political. They just had an interesting way of making you think. Like they would flip a lot of political topics on its head, like when it was cool to be gay, and they criticized those who wouldn't be gay. Like they basically treated people
Yeah.
how gay people are treated today in this world, but flipped it and treated straight people like
Yeah.
that. And I thought that was really clever, and I thought they had a lot of witty ways of making a statement and making fun of the people that they're making the statement on. Like, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And that's why I think my vote has to go for South Park, because I've been watching it since it came out. I mean, I don't sit there like every week whenever it's in
Oh,
season
sure,
or whatever.
right,
but
of course.
and I'll never forget when I first started watching it. I was in 6th grade is when it came out,
Yeah.
and my buddy at school, I remember him telling me, he's like, "Dude, you got to stay up and watch this show." I was like, "Okay, I'll try."
Yeah.
And my bedtime was 10, but it came on at 10. So I convinced my parents to just let me stay up till 10:30 and watch TV. So
Oh, what are you watching, honey?
Yeah.
it was my dad, and he turned the
Oh,
corner.
what are you watching, honey?
And I have, Man, you sound just like him.
You got like 2 moms.
So, I had my little sister in the room watching the show with me, and she's 2 years younger than me. So she's in 4th grade, and my dad.
Why do you wait? Hold on. Why is she there? Why do you have her there?
Because like we would sit there, like we had an older brother. We only had 2 rooms.
Okay.
And we had the. Have you guys ever heard of the day beds where the one bed comes out and pops up?
I heard of the night beds,
Yeah.
but not the day beds.
Yeah, and then eventually.
Alan got it.
Yep.
Okay, sorry.
No, you're good. So,
He was so serious when he said it.
my dad, he heard when he turned the corner, God damn it! And then he's like, "What are they watching?" So he goes in there, and I had the TV on jump, so I jumped it to something else, like some cartoon. And he walked in, and he was like, "What are you watching?" I was like, "Oh, just this." So he's like, "No, what are you watching?" I was like, "I don't know what you're talking about." I denied it.
He knew. I don't know what you're talking about.
So he grabbed the remote and he hit the jump button. He knew me, and he's like, "Yeah, you guys can't watch this anymore." So,
Oh, the jump button,
Yeah.
dude. That's smart. You should have you should have like pressed the button and like 2 buttons or something just to get out of the jump.
I didn't know. I was just like,
He's
it
just
was
a
like
6th
quick.
grader, Clay.
Yeah.
That's true. You're right. They don't think
That was already advanced thinking for myself.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Oh,
So,
dude, so what's really funny, Ian, is I have a very similar story. I was in my room after my parents told me, like, they're like, look,
Don't
we heard
touch
about
yourself.
the South Park. You can't watch it, okay? And I'm like, and at the time I'm like, okay, sure. I mean, I think I fought it a little bit, but then after I didn't have a choice. But I had a TV in my bedroom, and I just remember I was like, fuck it, I'm watching this. And I was in like 6th grade too, or like 5th grade or something like that.
Yeah, 6th grade, I think.
And then my dad comes up in his like workout uniform. By the way, my dad works in waste management, is from New Jersey, so his hair's like slicked back. He's got a mustache. His attire is this like old. Like
Hey, we
he
need
looks
to
like
clean
Mac.
up.
He pretty much looks like Mac from Always Sunny. He comes in like
No.
with the sleeve cut off t-shirt, and it's like shorts and it's like high like ankle socks. And he comes in, he's like,
Is he doing karate?
probably, yeah. He's doing karate in the basement. He's working out. He comes up and like he's like, hey, and I was like, oh, and he caught me. He's like, we said you weren't allowed to like watch that stuff. So I got caught too, and I just didn't see him come around the corner, and he caught me watching it, which really sucks. But like, I mean, I still snuck it from time to time, and eventually I was just old enough that I could watch it.
Well, the best part is that a week later, I go out to say something to my dad because we had what we called the playroom, and it's like my dad's living room. You know, he had his big screen TV, his entertainment center. It was a second living room, and I walk out there, and when you first walk through the door, like his back is to you sitting in the chair, and he has South Park on. And he's watching it, laughing his ass off.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, I thought we couldn't watch this. He's like, no, you can't watch this.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Damn it, Dad. Yeah, I was gonna say South Park started like a whole group of friends with me in 6th grade. Like we had like a big friendship based around South Park because we had a pretty young science teacher. Like she was in her 20s, which like kind of right out of college doing our teaching, and she watched South Park, and she was like, "So does anybody here watch that show South Park?" And so a few of us were like, "Yeah, like we watch it late at night or whatever." So we have a thing called Coffee Club, where at lunchtime we would come up and drink coffee and like talk about South Park. And these people I've known since then, and we still hang out to this day and
No way.
talk about Coffee Club. Yeah. So like when we're all back in our hometown, we'll like meet up and just hang out and have a Coffee Club meeting.
Okay, in 6th grade, you were drinking coffee?
That was another part of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was I guess I mean she
were
drank
doing
coffee,
bad
so we thought it was really cool to drink coffee too. So we were drinking
So
coffee.
sophisticated.
She's like a 20-year-old, 25-year-old, whatever, college, post-college science teacher that watched South Park. We thought it was the coolest thing ever.
What's
Yeah.
that?
She's like cute, I guess, in a like cute,
Science teacher way.
science teacher way.
So it was her. So the teacher is part of this club?
And what
Yeah,
was his
she's.
name?
Her name was Mrs. G, Miss G, and
Yeah.
she became Mrs. Mayberry.
Nice. So we had the teacher, we have you, and a couple of the friends. All drinking
Yeah, I think
coffee.
there was maybe 6 or 7 people total.
Oh my god, just talking about South Park.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really funny.
And just hanging out, and we'd play like Myst on her computer or something.
Oh, cool.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
yeah, it was pretty fun. And it was awesome because we didn't have to go to the lunchroom. We would meet up in her science class and just like hang out up there.
That was the best. Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't have to be stuck there.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you must have felt so like secret meeting.
Exclusive.
Yeah, exclusive.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the word for it.
Drinking coffee.
Yes, indubitably,
Yes.
that South Park was top drawer.
Coffee club.
No, I
Yes.
got you guys all beat, man. I don't really. I love all like animated series pretty much, but remember Ren and Stimpy?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
man.
yes.
Yes.
Dude, have you watched it like now? And like, you've
No.
never
Yeah.
watched it now, dude? It's like I was like, we watched this when we were kids.
Really?
Like this
Oh,
is worse. It's worse than like South Park.
It's
And,
gnarly,
like,
right?
oh,
Farts
it's
and
super
like,
gnarly.
really disgusting
I
close-ups.
watched Stimpy was giving birth at one point.
Yeah, to a
And
fart.
his birth, no, it was a piece of shit. Came out and like, oh, it looks just like you, dude. It was gross, and they were giving it kisses, and it had shit all over his face and everything. Dude, it was like, I was
God.
like, we watched this, and the doctor was a horse, and like he was hitting on the freaking like nurse. Like, I gotta send you guys.
Yeah,
the
but you
link
got to
to that
remember, this
episode.
was like the early 90s, late 80s, so our parents were hocked up on Coke, and they were just enjoying the shit out of this
Yeah.
show.
And remember Flying Toast Man? He
Yes.
flew backwards with his ass
He did.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
farted too, like when he went off powdered toast. Yeah,
What's
yeah.
wrong with us?
dude,
It's log.
like,
It's log.
Fuck.
It's heavy. It's wood.
It's
Yeah.
logs, logs.
Better than bad. It's good.
Yeah.
dude, but like, yeah, that was probably my favorite series because I remember
I like that. Yeah, I like that.
I
a lot.
remember I used to always go to Blockbuster and I'd always get the orange tape.
Hey, Steve, for the kids out there that are listening and watching
Yes.
don't know what the fuck Blockbuster is, could you
Blockbuster.
explain
Oh,
to
yeah.
them what we
This
used
is-
to have to do in order
This
to
is
watch
how we
that?
rented movies before
And
streaming.
video games.
Yeah,
Yes.
before
Yeah.
everything was on YouTube and easily downloadable on Steam.
Yeah. and
We had to
everything.
go to
We
a
used-
store and say, hey, I'll pay you money if I could just play this for a week, and then I'll bring it back to you.
And if you don't, then we will find you and kill you.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
$100.
That's before Liam Nielsen. But
That
yeah.
Liam
Funny
Nielsen
story.
is
Taken
Blockbuster.
was a movie that they were trying to make forever. It was originally called Blockbuster, and it's about a
Yeah.
guy.
about a
Bring back my
blockbuster
I
clerk.
have a special set of skills for finding
Find you,
videotapes.
and I will kill you if you don't return.
Please rewind.
Yeah.
Man. And the funniest thing too is I had the old VCR. I never had the new VCR. I had like an old VCR. Like you borrowed from Jesus. Like it worked great though. It looked pretty cool. It looked pretty cool though. Like it had like the whole like
I've
nice
never
wood
heard
finish.
borrow from Jesus in a
It had a wood finish on it.
I don't think that's a saying. To be honest.
Hey, that's just the way the door closes, guys.
No,
Okay.
of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah, make like
Next
Make like
time-
a tree
next
and
time
get
you're
the
in the
fuck
dark
outta here.
zone, just drop that, please. So like when people hear you, be like, I'm just gonna borrow this from Jesus really quick.
I said something like that in college. I was like, I couldn't remember what the saying was. I think it was "Rain on your parade," and I just told some friends, I was like, "Look, I didn't shit on your potatoes," and I just said it so confidently, and they were just like, "What, are you talking about?"
like you ever have that
I
happen?
remember
Like
that.
someone say like something to you and you're just like Eric Amber does it all the time. She'll say something and then I'll be like all of a sudden like 5 minutes later I'm like,
That's not even a saying.
did you just say? And she just starts cracking up laughing. Like I remember one time she said something like, "I hate your face." That's something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know, some weird like not even a saying.
Throw your
or-
face into jelly.
Yeah, something like that. I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
So,
Should I be mad?
so Ren and Stimpy is interesting because that's when we were much younger than 6th grade.
Oh yeah.
The other, but you know, my parents didn't worry about that. I guess farts and shit's okay, especially when it's on a character's mouth. But there was a show that they did have a problem with, which I would think is my favorite of all time, Batman animated series.
Ooh.
I was watching this since like '89. I couldn't even like really read at the time. Like I remember asking my babysitter to read me the title of the show. But I guess the main reason why my parents got, which this I hope you preach so much before you have kids and you judge so much of other parents that what I'm about to say I hope I never end up doing. But my parent, like the fact that my mom didn't realize what I was watching, you know what I mean, was like she needed to watch an episode of Oprah to be like, listen to Oprah and her say Batman animated series is a show that is not for kids. For her to be like, I don't think you should watch that. And so like that always like I was like, well, why didn't she just pay attention to stuff that I like? And then maybe we would anyway. So she didn't want me watching, and I like flipped out. And like I guess at the time, I don't know, I was like 3 or 4, and there's a lot of like dark stuff that goes on in that show. So I actually can see where they're coming from. But god damn it, that show was amazing. That show was so good. It's one of the best animated TV shows, I think, for a comic to this date. So that would be my choice, Ian.
Cool. You know what's funny is yes, Ben Affleck.
Just like I would love someone to dub just a Christian Bale voice. The entire like sort of.
So
that would be terrible.
I have a pretty interesting one. Is when I was a kid, I think I had to be like 5 or 6 years old. I used to watch Beavis and Butthead with my older brother and sister.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and my sister worked at KFC at the time. I mean, my sister's 11 years older than me, so when I was 5, she was 16, had
Did
her
you guys
first
get
job.
free chicken wings and stuff?
Oh man, she used to come home with the biscuits and all kinds of stuff, and like,
dude.
yeah, and we would sit there, and yeah, there were. I'll never forget. They helped me. They helped me build a fort. Right around the TV, and all 3 of us, it was me, my brother, and sister, and we ate biscuits and chicken at like 12 o'clock at night watching Beavis and Butthead.
That sounds like amazing. That sounds
it
amazing.
was awesome.
I want to do that now.
Yeah, I want to build a fort.
now.
I want to eat chicken wings and just watch
That
cartoons.
sounds good.
Yeah.
Do you have
Adulting
Bojangles in Florida?
No.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we do, but they're not.
You have to
that
drive
common.
like far. You have to like
Yeah.
drive far.
Yeah. Okay.
And every time we pass by them on the interstate, my wife and I, we go Bojangles for some reason.
All right, I'm moving on to our next topic.
Jankers. You guys be talking about like, yeah, so like fucking Trump is like a fucking Jankers.
That's gonna be my new saying.
Like, yeah, my dog, he's gonna have to lose the leg. Bojangles.
That's how I need to introduce you now, Ian. I hope you know
Yeah,
that. It's
there
the
you
Bojangles.
Jankers.
Okay, does anybody else want to talk? Like Dragon Ball Z, we've mentioned in the past that all of us really
Yeah,
love that.
so
Like,
that
that was the
was
first
really-
anime that ever like.
Negative.
It's a really shitty show though. To be honest with
Yeah.
you.
I Rocco was really into it. I never really did.
I
Get
love
into it.
DBZ. I've still watched.
How could you make it through a whole episode when it's literally
Yeah.
just a panning shot of a guy's face
Yeah.
while he monologues, and then it cuts the other guy's face and monologues, and then they like start going closer to each other, and then the next episode picks up, and it's more monologuing,
Yeah.
and then maybe by like the 5th episode they clash, and then there's like a big like
It's
fireball or something.
it's
Okay, I
really
agree
bad.
with you, but it's just like the build up. Like you want to fucking get there. Like don't get me wrong. I was pissed off when you didn't have like
Yeah.
Netflix and you just went on to the next episode.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Yeah,
Man,
no,
I
it pissed
can't
me off
believe
because I
you
was like,
lived like that.
I've been waiting for him to go Super Saiyan for fucking 2 months, and it's just going and going and going. And it's like, and it's just like I was so mad. I just one point I didn't watch it like for 1 week.
Hey
And then I was
Steve,
like, fuck, I gotta
just-
watch it again.
just so you know, the loser of the trivia at the end has to go Super Saiyan, and we film it. So,
Oh god.
Steve does that for fun.
yeah.
right?
So I'm
Smash
hoping
it
you
in the
lose, buddy.
backyard.
I really want to
Oh,
see
we're
you go
having
Super
trivia?
Saiyan.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
what one of Clayton's.
Okay.
So
Actually, I bet Rocco goes Super Saiyan. His fucking, greenhouse.
Dude, we
He's
can
just
make
like in the
that-
back by himself.
We
Like,
can You can make that a YouTube sensation, just like it's called Go Super Saiyan. You just walk into anything like a library and just go Whoa! Just something like that.
Okay.
That could be a fucking YouTube sensation.
we'll talk about DBZ another time. This was a really good topic, Ian. Let's go on to our next topic. Alan, let's
All right.
let's hit you up, man. Oh, this is
I will kick this off with a story.
Yeah,
So-
alright.
Probably transition middle school. I would say 8th grade, just before high school, maybe. I went to a summer camp. And one of the nights, they had kind of a dance where you can mingle with everybody, hang out. Girls and boys cabins could, intermingle and everything. Anyway, I remember they also served us dinner. I'm sure there was some D and the V's going on, Maybe some D's on D's. I don't know. That's not the point of this story, sadly, and I will explain why. So they served us some food. Anyway, the dance is going on. It's been like an hour, and it's going to go on for like another hour and a half or something like that. All of a sudden, my stomach's not feeling great. Okay, I'm kind of feeling it, sitting around the butthole region, and you feel it, it's right there.
Wait.
And-
Okay, there's two different feelings. Real quick, sorry to interrupt.
Sure.
It's the lead ball feeling that's like pushing on your sphincter.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's like there's
not the
something
turtle
from the
head.
inside pushing downward,
Okay,
and
okay.
you kind of your butthole strength only has so much,
Yeah.
I'm so
Anyway.
hungry right now.
Anyway, I stupidly go for a little like fart, and sure enough,
And it wasn't a fart.
it was not a fart. It got some splatter pattern, as Dexter would say, all over, and I'm just kind of like doing the walk, and I have another hour that I have to wait till we can go back to our cabins because we're not allowed to go back yet. So I have the poo. I'm like hanging off on the outskirts of the dance. I'm just like dodging people. I'm like, oh no, I can't dance right now. I'm just, I
I got something to do over here, guys.
I just gotta get some fruit punch or something.
Yeah.
Weren't
Anyway.
you worried that people were gonna smell you?
Yeah, well, I was, and I went to the bathroom to just check out the damage, and I was like, fuck, man. I was like, what am I gonna do? And I tried, cleaning some of it up with toilet paper and everything.
I
But
just made it worse.
It's just like
Made
a
it
huge
spread
ass.
everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. There's just some fucking poo all over my drawers. Basically.
Oh,
Dude,
So
you
it
chucked
gets
the
worse.
drawers.
It
Go
gets, yeah,
Canada.
no, it gets worse. So they let us go back, and I'm like, thank God. But I'm like, walking with my poopy diapers, basically. Anyway, we get back, and I'm like, oh shit, everybody's changing into their like whatever they're gonna sleep in. I can't just drop trow and like expose my like shit stained underwear. So I just go outside. I just go outside and go behind the cabin. Drop trow, take off the underwear, dig a little hole, bury that shit.
You're like a dog, just like.
Did you make a treasure map?
Bury it into the fucking woods, and then come back and then finally like shower and change and everything. So at Camp Olympia, somewhere there is like my dirty shit stained underwear buried in the earth, and I just imagine some like campers 50 years from now finding it and be like, whoa, like shit stained underwear. And it probably has, to be honest, it probably has my name or at least my initials because my mom put that shit on everything. Yeah,
What do
to
you
make sure it
think-
never got like lost. Yeah.
What do you think
Yeah.
BT stands for?
Yeah, BAT, like the bat, like the
Batman
bat shit, the
drawers.
bat shits or something, And that is my poo story, and I want to know. That's the most recent time I've shit myself.
Oh, God.
I want to know what is the most recent time you guys have shit yourself. And I will allow all the way up to skid marks level, not necessarily just full on shit your pants level. And how old were you?
Okay.
So,
I was 30, and it was 2 minutes ago.
shit my pants right now.
anybody know when was the last time you pooed yourself?
Let's see, I think I might have been like 17 or 18. That was the last time.
Really?
Yeah, man. Like I was like all of a sudden, like it just came out of nowhere. No, I mean we were in the car and everything like that, but like
With your
I, just
family?
told I remember I was with my mom and I told my mom I was like I gotta go. Like I gotta go to the bathroom, like, really bad. It's like so she's like well you can't hold it and like I don't know. Sometimes my mom's just like I don't know. She's weird sometimes. I'm just like no mom I can't. Like this is like I can't. Like I was even doing the weird shit walk like squeezing the like. Dude, and she took me to Dillard for some reason out of nowhere, like, and you know how like you can't ever find the fucking bathroom in there, and like, oh yeah,
It's a maze. You're
Yeah,
like,
it's
oh
a
shit, I just
fucking-
wanted to change a room. It's not a bathroom,
and like, oh dude,
You're like, oh, it's upstairs on the other side. It's like, fuck.
Dude, I just remember like I got, like it was right there. I saw the bathroom, and I was just like, I was going all of a sudden it just full on just.
Oh really? Was it a splatter? Or was it like a big
No, it was
log
full
or-
on. It was a full on diarrhea. Like it was running down my leg and everything like that. Like It was bad, dude. And I just remember I spent like an hour in the bathroom just like cleaning myself
Did
up.
anybody see you? I mean, it's a mall. Like, if it's
No,
raining,
no,
like,
I locked the bathroom door. It was
no, I mean, before you got there. before you
Ain't
got
nobody
there.
coming in here.
Yeah, no.
The maintenance guy's banging on the door.
Dude, I remember I don't know, I didn't even have a cell phone. I remember my mom having to try to find me. Someone knocked on the door. I'm like, who is it? And it's like my mom. I was like, Mom, you need to buy me something like that. I remember that saying that.
So, like, on the spot, she went to go get some underwear.
Yeah,
for-
I had to, I had to like buy pants. I was like, yeah, it was bad. It's-
Did you just throw everything in the trash?
yeah, I threw everything in the trash and everything.
Oh, I bet it stinks so bad, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
whenever
so
you
bad
poo
for those-
yourself, I feel like when you poo yourself, it's like a worse smell than normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not in the
because-
water.
Yeah, because
it's
like
worse.
if it hurts that bad for you to shit yourself, like it's got to be pretty bad. You know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah, it's like
Unless
a
you're
nasty
smelling
shit.
shame.
It's like a nasty shit. If it's like solid and like good consistency, you're not gonna. You can hold it. You know, you have the power to like clinch it up.
So like now that fear, like every time you do, like it's just all of a sudden it's like, no, we got to go now. Like it's like no.
That sharp.
yeah,
I
the
remember-
older,
like,
the
I
older
remember-
you get, the less you can hold it for
So, like,
sure.
It's very
Like
true.
I remember talking with my cousin Jake and everything, and I was in the car with him like that, and he was just like, "Oh man," I'm like, "What?" I'm like, he's like, oh, "I got shit, man. I got shit," and he's driving. That's got to be worse when you're driving, and we're in Atlanta, it's
Yeah.
Atlanta traffic, and he was just like, he's like, "Man," I'm like, "Oh, dude, just hold it, man." He's like, "I can't. It's just like great. This is crazy. He's crazy." He's like, "You think Home Depot has one?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude, they have one." He's like going. He's like people. He's not letting pedestrians go by. Nothing. He's just like. He's like, he didn't even care. He left the car on. Like, he probably didn't even put in freaking brake, dude. That guy just took off, man. Like, quick, man. Like, it was just,
Man.
he was just like,
insane.
I gotta go now. And like, he just took the first off ramp, and he was hoping that there was a fucking bathroom somewhere.
So
It's funny.
this one wasn't me, but this is like my most
Uh-oh.
recent one. No, it was my brother and I. We were driving, and we lived and worked together. We were going from my parents' house to his house, and it was like about an hour drive. So about halfway through, he's like, "Man, my stomach kind of hurts." I was like, "Okay." And we're literally on back country roads. There's like nothing there, just farms in Florida. And we're driving. He's like, "Oh, I think it's just a fart." I was like, "Okay." So he lets it out, and it wasn't. He goes, "Oh my god!" And like in mid thing, I was like, "What?" He goes, I think I just sharted." And I was like, "Nah." He's like, "Okay." He goes, "I don't know." He's like kind of sitting in
Let
it.
me move around a little bit.
Well, isn't that like what everybody does? If it's a hot fart, you're just like,
Yeah.
coke rod. You know, you worry, you kind of like check. You're like,
No, he checked.
It's like
And when it's-
crunchy, right? Doesn't it? It feels kind of like crunchy, and you're like,
yeah,
you know,
right.
you
If
move-
if you
yeah.
if you
if you
shit.
shit, if you
Right.
sharted.
But if it's a hot
Yeah.
fart, you're like, man, is that just hot
Yeah.
because it's
You guys
hot,
have
or is it
porn?
hot
Yeah.
because there's shit
like,
there?
crunchy. Like,
It's nothing but peanuts, you know, like
Oh.
crunchy peanut butter.
Yeah.
So
Crunchy.
he checks, and his hand comes out, and he definitely.
Oh.
Just stuck his hand in it.
check
He
your
goes,
hand.
no.
Feel.
And he brings
You don't just raw a hand in there.
Yeah, dude, you
Oh.
take like.
Nobody does that, dude. You
Was
need to have
he
a
who was
talk with your
driving?
brother. Yeah. Oh, then it's like on the steering wheel.
Yeah.
I'm grossed out, man. I'm grossed out.
Nasty.
So,
I buried my own shit in like shit stained underwear, and I'm grossed out right
Yeah.
so at that point, we're literally halfway between both places. So we don't know what to do, and I'm in the car with him. I'm
Yeah.
like, dude. So I handed him some napkins that he had in, threw him out the window,
Oh.
and yeah. So we had to sit there and drive like 15 minutes to the next place so he could go in, throw his underwear away.
So what were
So-
you talking about for those 15 minutes? Like,
Oh, I was making fun of him the whole time. Oh, I was
now.
making fun
So
of him.
how old was he when this started?
Oh, he was 28 or something. And I was like 22.
the older you are, you
21.
can't hold it.
Yep. But
That's
I mean,
us guys.
mine. I mean, I haven't done it in my older age, but I was like, I think 11 or 12, and I was jumping on a trampoline, and yeah,
Flow, just help the flow.
and then like out of nowhere, just like that sharp pain hit. I was like, oh my god! And I'm down the road from my friend's house, and this is like back when we were kids, and like our parents would leave and they just lock the house. Like we couldn't even get inside. We were outside playing.
Yeah.
And So I knew my house was unlocked and my mom was there. So I went running, and he lived down the street. I lived on a cul-de-sac. So I'm literally running. Actually, no, I jump on my bike, and I'm biking up to my house as quick as I can get there. And literally, like right when I pull into the driveway, boom! It just all comes out. It's all on my legs. It's all on my bike, and I'm just like, and I just start crying.
What a child you have to deal with. He's like unconsolably crying in the middle of the front yard, which is
With a
shit coming.
covered bike.
I think I was like maybe 10.
I wouldn't even know where to begin. I'd be like, dude, what is wrong?
That's like a moment when you're a parent. You just probably come home and you're just like what? I don't know.
Did someone
what to do
beat
in
the
this.
shit out of you?
Could you imagine your worst work day coming home and your kid's crying in the front lawn with your shit stained leg? You're just
You gotta
"Oh,
like
God,
smell his shitty bike and everything.
you're like, I don't have fucking time for this
You
shit.
probably start crying yourself, you know? Oh, jeez.
Yep. And
That is sick.
the best part is that like I'm like I don't know what to do, and I'm like walking up to the house like doing the bow-legged walk.
Oh, God.
And,
It doesn't
Yeah.
help. It doesn't
no,
help.
it doesn't. And at the end, I had to spray off my bike with a hose and everything. It was terrible. It was terrible.
Well, you're a sick fucker. Clay, what is your last time you pooed yourself?
Well, the last time I pooed myself is I don't have a story of that or one memorable, but I know the last time that I almost pooed myself, and I was I was in a city, and it was late.
How old?
Yeah, I'd rather not say.
No, we need to know this.
Yeah.
We need all the
We all
details.
said
If
it.
you're not even gonna shit yourself, I need to help.
It was, believe me, it's worth it. It was like early 20s or something like that.
Okay.
But the problem is I must have ate something extremely spicy or something just did not agree with my stomach. It could have been food poisoning, what have you. But it was very late at night in a city, and I was waiting for the train, and I had that like fork in the road decision, that major point where I could either try to ride this fucker out with the pains that I was getting and stay on this train and risk sharding, or I could desperately try to find some place that was open in like the downtown district and try to get to a bathroom. And it just the pains, what they feel like when they're just like rolling in your stomach and you have that lead ball feeling. And I realized I was not going to be able to A, wait for this train, or B, stay on this train to my stop, and then C, get to my apartment in time. So I jetted off. Like, if you would have seen me at this train station, you would have seen a kid that would look like he was being like stalked by the mob, because I was just like, like, what do I
Who's
do?
around me?
Kinda
Who's gonna
do it,
see
yeah.
this?
Very fidgety, very concerned, sweating profusely.
Oh,
So
the
I run down out of the train station, and I immediately realize that I have dug myself a very, very deep hole, because I can't wait for this train, and I'm in downtown, and there's nothing open, and
What time is it?
It's like midnight, 1 o'clock,
no.
and I'm like, fuck, I got nothing, man. I'm not gonna make this. So like, I resort to a very animalistic behavior, one of which bums have encompassed
No.
before, and I run to the the nearest alleyway, find myself a nice big old dumpster.
Yeah.
What?
Did you hang your ass over the edge?
I don't know. Did you?
Or did you shit on the side of it?
I was gonna say, because I'm trying to think. I'm
Just
trying
like
to think.
rubbing his butt along,
Like where you're like.
smearing it, marking his territory. He's like a fucking caveman.
I am not proud of this by all means, but I had nothing else to do. I parked my ass behind the dumpster and just went.
Did it?
So did you use a
Was it a
sock?
burning ring of fire?
Oh, it
It's,
was
like, really
terrible.
spicy and
It
stuff.
was terrible. It was
If it
so-
was-
How'd you
It's
wipe?
spicy baton.
I felt terrible. But
What'd you
there was-
wipe with?
There was
Anything?
nothing else I had to do. I couldn't. There was nothing
See,
there.
I've had plenty of those
That's
stories.
pretty much shit in your pants then, because you
I
had
mean-
shit in your
Yeah,
pants
because
when you
you
pulled
had
them up.
like shit rubbing in between your butt cheeks and stuff.
I
Like
eventually
your
found
boxer
a,
seam was probably like caught up in there, like soaking up some of the poo.
I eventually like walked like 4 or 5 blocks. Like 10 minutes later, I was able to find a place that had a restroom and threw away the underwear and all that stuff and made my
You brought it?
go.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I had to wear something
There's
to.
a poor fucking guy at that restaurant that has to clean up the
Yeah.
It was in the
taking
garbage.
trash out.
It was
He's
in the
like,
garbage. It
yeah,
was-
but he's gonna be like taking it. He's like, oh, it smells like shit in here. And
Wow.
he's gonna look and
It's
see
because
like
of shitty drawers right there.
blue-stained
So,
boxers or
I
whatever.
mean, there was just nothing I could do. It was terrible, and I had to get yeah, it was bad, and it was bad. It was really bad.
Funny.
So, yeah, that's my
That's-
embarrassing story of that.
that's pretty
Not
good.
proud of it at all. And this is why I don't eat spicy food anymore.
That's sole
Or
reason.
take trains.
I mean, my stomach just can't really cope with it. I guess I don't know.
I got you.
So
Well, thank you guys
Thank you,
for sharing me and being honest with the times you shit yourself. It was very enlightening, and I will keep it with me until I die to let everybody know whenever you're talking to somebody important, I will bring up the story in front of them.
good. I just hope I can go to your wedding, Alan.
Yeah.
And-
I'm going to tell it, probably.
And he's only going to have spicy food.
oh. All right, let's go on to our next topic.
I was gonna make a toast, and he's like, "Yeah, I remember when Alan shit himself."
Dug it.
Buried-
Let me-
buried
I'm
it
just
in
gonna
the
open
fucking
up with-
woods.
Let me tell you the story about when Alan shit himself. See
Yeah.
how many people react.
In fact, let me play it.
Yeah.
I got a slideshow.
Let's go on to our next topic. We're going to talk about shell companies. And does everybody know what a shell company is and what they do for people?
I know they always reference them in movies about finances and like Bruce Wayne movies where they have their money stored in an offshore account.
Right. Bruce
Yeah.
Wayne movies.
I mean, Batman movies.
Oh, okay.
But Bruce Wayne's really the cooler one, so.
Right.
I thought you were talking about gas station.
No, so a shell company is basically a company that sets up a way for companies in either United States or other countries to make a separate company where they can funnel their income and their gross revenue into, and because the shell company is in outside of the country they are in, they don't need to pay taxes of the country that they're in. So the income goes to this other company. The other company is tax-free area, and they can then use that money to take out tax-free or put in like a Swedish bank account, whatever, what have you. It's basically a way to it's a giant loophole in the tax system in specifically the United States for companies and individuals who are very rich to get out of paying that tax money that we all have to pay for.
Question real fast.
Yep.
What is so special about Swedish bank accounts and why do people want them?
Swedish bank accounts, I think, are just
Or Swiss bank accounts.
Swiss bank accounts.
Not,
I'm sorry,
Not Swedish.
I don't know if I can answer that.
And
My
Cayman Islands.
my best guess is that
And Cayman Islands, yeah, both. I mean, Cayman Islands I thought was for the offshore money, for the taxable reason as well.
yeah.
Well, go ahead.
Maybe you would be a better person, probably, Ian, to answer that.
I mean, I'm not a specialist on it, but basically, I mean, you have different laws in different countries and banking laws and everything. So, really, from what I understand, is that having that offshore account, they don't really take as much record keeping. I mean, they take record keeping, but they're not as extensive. You can be more anonymous on what accounts that you have, open multiples, because a lot of times they'll send them to different ones. Multiple different bank accounts, and it's just all tax avoidance pretty much. But so basically it's like when you make money here, instead of you getting your paycheck and getting your taxes taken out and everything, you send the full amount before taxes off to this other bank. Taxes don't come out because technically you live in another country and that's where your residency is, kind of. And then from there, you don't get taxed at all. So it's just avoiding taxes.
So here's the thing, though.
But you can be, the IRS can like fine you for that, right?
No, I mean
No.
it's technically
They can't.
pretty
It's another
legal.
country.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, it's another country. You
That's-
can't do
we
anything.
can't.
That's
Yeah,
why
we
it's a
can't.
loophole.
Yeah, we can't tax. I mean, there's certain foreign taxes, and you're really diving into different things. But you can't tax another guy, say in England, American tax dollars, because I mean, why would we tax him? He lives somewhere else.
But here's the thing: is like it has to be a legitimate company. Like it has to look right, and there's ways for you to like subjectively kind of have those lines. And if the IRS can figure out like you are just tax evading, there is no company here, yada yada, they can fine you. But the way it is now is that there are companies to set up shell companies for you. So someone average Joe, this is how I was listening to this on NPR. They were able to set up a shell company in a half hour. So they applied for a business, like a company business, called whatever, and then they took that company when they made it, and then they called this company, I think in like, I don't know, like it wasn't Puerto Rico, it was something in the Cayman Islands. Basically, they were like, hi, I have a business that I would like a shell company for. And they're like, okay, cool. Where do you want it? What is the business called? And then this is how much it is just to set up. And like, what country do you want it to be based off of? And then on top of that, they can make it anonymous. They can give you a name for you if you want. You can also pay to make it even look more legitimate. Pay for a board of directors, a series of people that will be your board of directors to make it even like less obvious that it's a shell company.
Wow.
So they do all the stuff for you, and it can be done in like an hour's time, pretty much.
That's insane.
Yeah, and you get like full, like you don't have to worry about getting taxed on that. Now, I think it's wrong, but if people that are richer, much richer than us, are getting away with it, I mean, you got to play the game, right?
Yeah.
So
Well,
You gotta play the game to get the cookies.
a bunch of people just got caught up in this Panama like scandal, right? Where there's all kinds of people investing money in offshore accounts in Panama.
right.
And it had like huge lists, celebrities, sports stars, big CEOs and everything like that. And there is something happening to them, right?
Yeah, I don't know how legitimate they've went through this process, but perhaps,
I
I mean, I know from what I understand, the politicians are getting like creamed for this who have that, because it morally, like, it's wrong. Like certain politicians are even saying that this is bad and we shouldn't do it. And it's like, cool, we just found out you actually did it, so you're a hypocrite. You need to resign.
Right.
And then, like,
That's
no
all
one
those
has
So-
much faith in them anymore.
We're paying them with our tax dollars, and then they're avoiding to pay any tax dollars. It's like, wait, that
Yeah.
doesn't make sense. But
Right.
and I mean, because there's safe havens of countries. It's just like in the States here. Like here in Florida, there's no state income tax. So there's actually been articles and everything of big finance companies, like hedge fund guys, coming down to Florida. So
There is
because-
so there's no income tax in Washington. There's no sales tax in Portland. People live on the border and they work or they buy in Portland and they live in Washington, kind of deal. Which is a way to min-max that. But so when we finally set up our company, we should look into shell
Yes.
companies.
There we go.
I was just
Save
about
some
to
money.
say that too. I was like, we gotta do that.
I still
We
think
need a
we
board
should
of
do it.
directors. Can we name the directors?
I don't know.
Stephen Landis is everything.
Maybe.
So
Be
if
like
anything
Bruce Wayne.
crumbles,
We just
go
name
after
all of
him.
them like this. Like,
Yeah, that would be
so-
great. We probably could, honestly. It's something we definitely want to like look into in the future, as soon as like this baby stuff gets easier to handle and job searching is going better. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I guess that feels wrong, but like again, like how, I mean, morally it's wrong, right? I think we all agree.
Of course.
And I would definitely advocate for this thing to be fixed. But it's one of those situations where it's like, this is the rules of the game. You got to play the game to get ahead. So, especially with like small companies, like mom and pop shops, like, and startups, like, I don't blame them for trying to get ahead of like the corporate structure, because they have the odds are against them as it is.
Yeah, because they have accountants and everything sitting there trying to lessen their tax burden. So
Yeah.
they find all. I mean, when you have a team of hundreds and sometimes maybe thousands of very smart accountants looking at the laws, and you have lawyers and judging everything, they're going to get the optimal build.
And it's so fucked, because like I feel like unless you have one of a top-notch lawyer, which means you have to have a lot of money to spend, you're not going to know about these loopholes, and you're not going to know about the ways in which you can get around and really min-max your money. And that sucks. And then on top of that, like, the people who are like making the laws will definitely try to make the laws in their favor. Or when they make the laws, they know all the loopholes already, so they know how to like mess with it. It's like it's like a game designer making a game and then like playing on a leaderboard. And it's like, of course you know all the secrets, and you're not sharing it, and that sucks.
And it's corruption, pretty much, at that point.
I would
You
agree.
know.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Amber brought some Bojangles.
Bojangles. Oh, you got Chick-fil-A? Oh, you
Delivered.
got Chick-fil-A, dude? Oh, it's Chick-fil-A?
Is that your breakfast, dude?
Yeah, it's my breakfast.
Did you get that from a shell company?
Huh? Yep.
Oh, cool.
Yep. It's called Bojangles.
Amber
Shipping.
Shell Company.
Yeah.
Amber Shell.
So what would our shell company be called?
Oh, this is good.
With an extra O.
Yeah, no, with a couple extra O's, and then like maybe
That way they
hyphen.
can't sue us too.
Right. And what would our board directors' names be?
Mr.
Mr. Endresses. It's a family company, and then I don't know. Maybe we could just name them all like Mr. McDonald, Wendy Wenderson.
Bob King.
Yeah, Bob King. That'd be great. Okay.
No,
well-
Mr. Berger King.
Oh, Mr. Burger King, perfect. Like, could you imagine like IRS looking at this and being like, motherfucker?
That sounds so familiar.
Yeah.
Mr. Peter Hutt with 2 T's.
What else?
Mr. Carl's Jr.
Mr. Carl's Jr.
No, it's Carl with a K though. Carl. With
Yeah,
a K.
yeah. Okay,
Carl's,
perfect.
and it's a Z. Carl's Jr.
Junior.
Yeah.
JR.
Mhm.
Well, he goes by JR.
Yeah.
Yeah, we call him JR. Everybody knows him, you know. He's a kind of he's a life of a party.
Gets a little drunk sometimes. But
Tito Bell.
Tito Bell.
Oh, Tito Bell. Yeah.
like that.
I like that.
he's
Carl-
a crazy one. He'll stab you.
Carlson Sanders. Carlton Sanders.
I'm trying to figure out which one that would be.
Colonel Sanders.
Oh,
Straight up,
okay.
he's next colonel.
Okay.
No, we'll just call him like Sergeant Sanders.
Sergeant Sanders. There you go. Perfect.
Who was saying that? The division? They're like colonial.
Steven.
Steve. There's like a character that was like Colonel something.
It
like
said COLENA.
it's spelled out Colonel, and he was like,
I
who's
was
colonial like Bob? Or whatever.
Yeah, I was like, oh, Colonel. I was like, duh. I was so tired.
It was a solid like 20 minutes. He was calling him that. He was like, "Yo, I'm on Colonial Bob over here."
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
Awesome.
fuck.
Well, yeah. So let's set up our shell company. Let's get some CEOs, some CFOs,
Yeah.
some CTOs,
Some OPPs.
some OPPs and the PPOs with the GREs
Yeah.
and SATs with the ADDs
ACTs.
and the ADHDs
Perfect.
as soon as we can.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we
Solid.
are SOL in the BUTT.
All right.
All right.
Later, dudes. F you and your A's. Don't wear a C in jail of your B's. All right.
And clown penis heart.
That's gonna be our website.
Oh yeah, that'd be perfect.
All right. Let's go on
That's
to
from
our
SNL, right?
what?
Clown penis dot
Yeah.
fart.
Yeah. It's when like the future where you run out of .coms.
Yeah.
Let's go on our next topic. Steve, sorry to catch you while you're eating, but you are our next
bad.
dude.
Okay, I was watching the Today Show the other morning. Like, I woke up, I think it was Friday morning,
We all know it was
And-
The View.
and the girls, yeah, the View. I love all those women. But the girls were watching like it with me, and all of a sudden, like a topic came up and said, "Oh, it goes marriage," and they said, "Would you allow your spouse to have a 3-day pass on the weekend?" He's like, "Well, coming up next, we'll teach you guys on if this is a good idea or not, like whatever." But
Is that
anyways,
from the
apparently,
movie 3 Day Pass?
no, but
I think
well, I
it's
mean,
Hall Pass.
Oh
yeah, it was hall pass, but like it's like the same concept. Like, you know, you give your wife or husband or whatever, something like that, a 3-day pass to go sleep or do whatever they want, like of romantic. And they start talking about it, and like I'm sitting there trying, like, how am I gonna explain this to the girls? Like, and I was just like, this is just just so weird. Like, and they were just like talking about how a lot of married couples are doing that now. Like, they'll like one weekend out of the year, or like one time, like out of their entire life that they do that, and it can either make or break them. Like, they even had some, like in one case, the lady was saying she had this one case where the wife wanted another kid, and the husband didn't, and he gave her a 3-day pass, and hey, they have a kid.
Oh,
But he still
shit.
does
I'm
he
like,
still
that
have the
could-
kid? Does he still have the kid?
I don't know.
He doesn't
I didn't
have a
know.
wife, I
I
bet.
didn't get to read the rest of that story. That's all the lady said was like, it's on the Today Show, so like everyone's hearing this. And I just was like, I'm like, after that, I was just like, man, the sanctity of marriage is just completely gone now. Like that, I've seen shows out there where they now we're married on first sight, where these people get married.
It's called The Bachelor.
Well, that too. But, like
Well-
you marry them, like right when you see them, you marry them, and then it goes through like an entire like 2 months with these guys or whatever.
Yeah.
It's got that. and I
When
was
does
just
it
saying-
ever work out?
I was just saying, I was like, wow, this is crazy, like what our time's going through. But apparently, I guess some stars have done it before. And like, I
I'm
don't know,
not
like, I
surprised
was just
celebrities
like,
do it.
But like, I heard the girls and they were talking about it. They're like, no, you don't do that. Just like, and I was just like, good. I'm glad you guys think that and everything. But I just wanted to know you guys' thoughts. Like, you guys think that's a good idea or?
No.
That sounds terrible.
I want to know something, Steve. What was the
What?
conversation after that? What did the girls ask you anything?
Have you and mom
to
done
explain
this?
it?
I mean, they're 14. And
When you guys
12,
have friends come
13.
over.
Eesh.
Yeah.
Is it? Well, I mean, is this just like a phase? Is this just like the same phase that happens every generation? Like swinging was huge in like the late '70s, right? Like threesomes, I think were a thing. Like at some point, I mean, they're still a thing, but like
Those
in
are
terms
all
of
a thing.
phases,
Well, some
with,
people
like,
were saying that. Yeah.
marriage couples, like
Some people were saying that like they had like the stars on there said it saved their marriage or something like that. But and they're just
just don't
saying
see
everybody
how it
was
would.
against it, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't see how it would either. But
I
I
mean,
mean, people can be into like seeing their wife or husband or whoever like sleep with somebody else. So I could see where in that case, maybe like it just happened to work out for that type of person.
Right.
But as a general rule, I can't imagine that being like
Yeah.
good because I
Yeah,
wouldn't want that.
see ya,
like,
honey.
Yeah, see ya. When they come back, you like look at them and you're just like
You're tainted.
yeah, like you. I mean, it's not any different than obviously like people might have had like wives or husbands or whatever have had like relationships in the past before them and stuff.
and
but
you
it's
think
still,
about that, and it's like,
yeah, but it's still different that you're just like kind of like sending them off on this like sex weekend basically,
Yeah.
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 It's like, oh yeah, get like a bunch of dicks or not or vaginas like all over you.
But I'm
And,
sitting there
uh,
thinking too. I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, you know what? It's got to be pretty sad for the guy though. Like you send them out and just like they're coming back Monday, but like, yeah, I didn't get anything. I tried.
Yeah.
I tried all weekend. I couldn't
I
do it.
paid. And it
You
didn't
know,
work.
I paid. It's
I
still,
paid. I even paid. and
I
didn't
mean,
work out.
in terms of the saving marriage comment, the only thing I can think of is that like
Yeah.
at that point, the marriage is so bad
Mhm.
that like they do it, and it's like one of those gut checks of like, yeah, I was with another person, and it wasn't nearly as good as my memories with the person that you're
I
married to.
guess-
And then
Mm,
maybe
yeah.
it's like it ignites a fire, but like to
Yeah.
have to spiral down that far, the marriage had so many other points at which it could be saved without something as dramatic as this, right? That seems like a very Hail Mary last resort kind of thing
Right.
to do.
I never thought of it that way, Clay. Like, cause I was trying to think of what is the reasoning from that, and I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, that would be a good reasoning. Like, you want to see. It's basically like your last step. Like, you go out there and then you sleep with someone else, and you're like, you know what? This isn't what I thought it was going to be. The grass isn't greener on the other side. Stay with. But at that point, I think it'd be too late. Like, you can't go back from that.
Like Alan said, it would be
Yeah, maybe
very-
you just need to sleep with like a couple more people. Try a few
Yeah,
different
just to
people,
really get,
see
just
what
to
it's
make
like, and
sure.
then, like maybe this person that you saw that one time, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. But
I mean,
I don't know.
I would think if if it's coming from that, there's maybe more of a chance that the marriage is. If you're doing it just to do it, to think like it would be a cool idea, I think you come back and it ruins the marriage.
yeah, any relationship, I think.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've heard stories of people like, oh, let's try a threesome, and they do a threesome, and it's just like the marriage and relationship was just crumbled
Yeah,
after that because it just wasn't a
after.
good idea.
Mm.
So I personally, I think it's a terrible idea, and personally, I think if you've gotten to that point, with like Alan said, there's some people that are probably into that, and if both parties are into that and they're cool with it, great, no judgment, But if you're not into that, and this is something of like a tactic to help the marriage, I feel like you have failed so much. Like it's really on you guys to like get ahead of those issues and try to stop it before it gets that bad.
Yeah.
But at the same time, good for them if they haven't cheated already, because weaker people
Exactly.
would cheat, and so
I feel like that would just give more chance to be cheating and stuff because you're
Right.
like, oh, maybe I had it, I did it this one time and then.
right.
Yeah, but it was just so crazy. Like, you're spewing that, those kind of values on kids. You know what I mean? Like, and they're talking about
Yeah.
like, no, it's nonchalant. And they came out and said, it's not. it's not for everybody. They're saying, yeah, absolutely, it's not for everybody and everything like that. But like, it was kind of weird to see my kids' views on it. And they're like, yeah, no, you don't cheat on your whatever. Like, it's like
Nuclear Ward.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm gonna see the outbreak like monkeys in the background in a second.
hold on, guys.
I just want to see a hook come like behind Steve and like pick him up.
No, what if it just grabs the car and just like?
Yeah.
That would be the epic show. Right
And there's like, I feel like there's other stuff in regards to that, but yeah, I don't know.
Other stuff.
Yeah, I gotta look it up more and stuff like that. I was just
like everybody like jokes if there's like one celebrity you would allow your significant other.
Oh yeah, you're allowed to. Would you guys do that?
No, I don't think I would.
I mean, it would suck because Taylor's is the guy that plays Thor.
Right, Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, so you think about the
That's
chance
my
of it
guy,
actually
too.
happening.
I just hope we never run into like a Comic-Con or something. He's there. I'm like, damn it.
Yeah, but then he actually has to have sex with her too.
Go ahead, suck on his hammer.
Well, whose would yours be, Ian? Like, think about if when like you came face to face with the person you and you were like, why did I not agree to this? You know?
No, we agreed.
Oh, you
At
did
least
agree.
I did. I'm getting.
Yeah.
Jennifer Love Hewitt. I don't know. Ever since I was a kid.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
so boy,
She
the
aged
dream.
pretty good too.
Yeah, she did.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Not bad.
Not
Good
bad.
choice.
Yeah. But should we save this for another topic or?
We could. It could be.
Yeah.
I was just
Well,
curious.
I
We
already
only
just
have
told
one more topic
mine.
left, right?
we only have one more.
So we can just do this right now. All right, Steve. let's go.
What would be mine?
Well, who would be? Yeah, who's yours and Amber's, and if you know it, and would you agree to do it?
Oh,
And
Amber's.
birthday.
Amber's. I would have to say would be like would be David Beckham. I think.
Really? Oh, hey guys, I'm David Beckham. My voice is so high. I'm like Minnie Mouse.
I think so.
Tattoos.
I gotta ask her real quick. Now she'd be like, "What are you guys talking about?"
Yeah.
Um,
You gotta explain it for like 5
Yeah.
minutes.
like, babe, it's alright. It's not real.
It's not
But
real.
seriously.
But for real, David Beckham.
Shit, here, give me a second, guys. 'Cause I forgot who mine was. You,
I'm pretty sure Yukiko's is Zac Efron.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I gotta agree with Chris Hemsworth and Zac Efron. Those dudes are jacked. They look really good.
So Clay's is Zac Efron and Chris Hemsworth as well.
Those guys are good, man. We did our man crushes, man. Like these
I
guys.
know.
Like, I look at that, I'm like, I want that body, dude.
She said
Oh,
Zac Efron's
no,
getting a
no,
little
no.
over the top in terms of build though, because he's like
No,
really
it's not.
jacked for Baywatch and stuff.
Oh
Sorry,
yeah,
It's
yeah.
not David Beckham. It's Mark Wahlberg. That's it.
Dude, he looks good.
Marky
for
Mark.
45,
Yeah,
50.
it's Marky Mark. Yeah, I forgot.
Back
about
when
that.
Mark
That's it.
Wahlberg was Marky Mark.
Yeah,
This
it's
is how
definitely
we used
him.
to get the party started. We used to kick in with Petard Dark, and we used to. Anyway.
So, what if your significant others said, "Yeah, I'll do it as long as we all do a join together"?
Ugh.
Three-way.
No. No. Dude, you guys see
hell no.
Take Him to the Geek or Greek?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Where they
Get
have
him
that
to the Greek?
fucking awkward ass. Ugh. It was
Yep.
terrible. No.
Oh,
no.
the threesome?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, I remember now. Sorry, it would be
Russell Brand.
Yeah. Oh,
Yep.
dude, no.
Jonah Hill, yeah.
Yeah,
so
I get
good.
like a pit in my stomach when I like watch that. I was like, that just is terrible.
What, Jonah Hill?
No, just like the idea of that. Like, I don't know. It's definitely
Yeah.
not for me. It's definitely not for me. That stuff's bad for me.
Okay. So what's
Anyway.
yours? What?
None.
None?
No.
You don't have one?
I.
You don't have a celebrity crush that you guys could each have?
What was this?
It's like
Shocker.
two different people.
I
That's
don't.
not
I
a
honestly, I don't know what Sarah's would be, and I don't.
Sarah's would be.
So you've
Stephen
never
Landis.
said that. So you've never sat there and watched a movie, and she was like, oh, like like said something like
No.
that.
That Shakira is so hot. Like, would you have sex with her?
Shakira's good.
Yeah.
Shakira's good looking. Yeah.
Some not Michael or Shakira.
Clay, blink twice if she has a gun behind you.
Don't make it obvious.
Yeah.
You're just gonna see that blackboard, just like a fist come through it.
No, yeah, it's something we don't like. I think we've talked about it before, and we're like, do we really wanna? And we're like, nah.
Oh,
Nah,
we've
it's
never, me and Amber never talked about it. I'm
Yeah.
just
Oh,
saying.
Taylor and I have talked about it.
That's probably
Actually, we have a top 5 list. I'm kidding.
Oh,
I'm joking.
that's
I'm
good.
kidding.
Yeah,
top
I don't know.
5.
Top 5. I don't know.
got
That's
five more
starting to get
chances
that's starting to
than
get
just one
scary.
We have a
Yeah,
top
I'm
50
just
list. Some of them aren't even celebrities.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rachel from work, Samantha
neighbor.
at Starbucks, you know.
We never go to Starbucks.
That new
ever.
barista down the corner.
Your sister. I'm just-
Yeah.
Oh man, I was watching. It was really funny. I was watching that new show Love on Netflix.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And then the guy is such a goofball and like just such a klutz, but he ends up having a threesome with
Yeah, the
two
threesome.
girls, and the 2 girls happen to be sisters, and he freaks the hell out. Like he's just like, "Oh, that's so gross. Why would you?"
That's
like
incest.
he's in the he's in the
Yeah.
yeah. I just thought that was ridiculous. It reminded me of it. But yeah. Anyway, great topic.
Not even a topic, just
Yeah.
Just a great
everything
discussion.
and Nothing.
Well, I guess we can go on to our old topic now.
Yeah, I just hall passes. I don't know, not really my thing. And I think we covered really most like. It seemed to be a
Yeah.
very niche thing and something that might be done as like a last resort. Could you imagine going to like couples therapy and like the therapist is like, well, I would like to try something a little bit more experimental. I want you guys to think about the concept of a hall pass. I'm like, yep, I'm out.
Like, okay, we're done with you. Let's go.
What are your credentials?
Where did you say you got your?
It's like it sounds a lot like you're giving up too.
Yeah.
It's like, isn't that what we came here?
He's
not
like, in fact, your wife should have sex with me,
Yeah.
and then I'll let you know if everything's gonna be okay. With
What was
you.
that
Yeah,
crazy?
it's like anger management. Anger management.
So in the same vein,
Yeah.
there was that movie back in like the '90s with Demi Moore. It was like
Oh, yeah.
Striptease.
no, not striptease. It was like
Not Cruel
it would-
Intention.
He like
um,
paid this guy wanted to pay a dude $1 million.
Oh, indecent
Indecent
proposal.
Exposure?
There you
Yeah.
go.
Proposal, yeah.
Yeah.
Decent exposure,
Did she
sorry.
just say it in the
Yeah,
background?
Sarah took the gun away and then said,
Yeah.
"It's a proposal."
She's like, indecent proposal, and if you make one, I'll fucking kill you.
Yeah.
But it's $1 million. Would you take that?
That's my
No.
question for you guys.
I wouldn't either.
I don't
don't think I
What
could.
about? Okay.
For $1 million?
Oh, actually, you know what? I would do it. I'd take all the money. and
Actually,
then
yeah,
divorce
no. I would
Okay.
no. I would talk to you. I would talk to my significant other or whatever, your partner, and then I'd be like, okay, like, would you want to do this? Like,
Yeah.
and if they're like, yeah, dude, like, we got $1 million, and like, we go fucking do whatever we want after this, then I might be like, okay, well, if you're like comfortable with it, then maybe. But I don't know if I would do it for $1 million. I think I have to be more than that.
What about 10 million?
Two? Oh, 10.
See this,
yeah.
dude. This is how people get into pornography and like fucking and like hookers and shit. They're like, oh, I'll give you 10 grand.
How
to
about
suck
this?
my
How about
dick."
this, guys? You can't put a price on your wife.
That's where I was going with that. I know
Blink
you-
twice.
Amber?
Blink
She right
twice
next
if
to
Amber has a gun.
It's okay, I got it.
So from now on, whenever we're talking and I'm just like in the middle, and I'm like, you know what the hell's going on? Okay.
No, I'm serious. Like, what if your like wife or whatever, your partner was just like no, like I want to sleep with this person for $1 million also because like then we have $1 million. What would you say then?
I just
I
don't think I
think-
could do it.
I think
It would kill
I
me.
think I've had the same conversation with Amber before, and then she said, no, I would never do it. I'm like, she's like, would you do it? Would you have this guy fuck you in the ass for $1 million? I'm sitting there like, I'm like,
You thought about
$1
it?
million?
I mean, if I'm more in control of the situation,
Yeah.
and not
No.
for $1 million, it'd have to be way more than that. You can't really do $1 million these days.
Yeah, that's not even enough to pay like your medical trauma
Yeah,
bills.
yeah.
Hey,
you know,
hey,
like-
F that noise.
Hey, if I have it in
Psychological
a
damage
Swedish
and stuff.
bank account, I won't get
How
taxed
big
on it
is-
at all. So
For 10 million, I mean, maybe.
10 million.
You take it up the ass.
I don't know. That seems traumatic.
It does. You don't try. That's not something you.
Wait,
try.
what if you ended up liking it
Try.
also, and then
Oh.
you're like, well, I just got 10 million and I got butt fucked, like, you know?
Clay's face is like,
Bojangles!
"Not of that."
Yeah.
I just want to end it on that. Can we just end it on that?
Okay, yeah, that's good. That's good.
All right, we're good.
All right, Bojangles. Let's go on to our last topic.
Oh, shang. All right.
Wow, this has been a good podcast so far. Guys.
What has happened?
I don't. We're loopy, man. I like
I
it.
think we're just.
What has happened?
All right, we're gonna return to the trivia
Staying
game.
playing too much division. Clay's like taking care of his baby at like 3 a.m.
I was up all night.
What is going on
Speaking of
today?
that, Xander's probably sleeping right now, right? Because I don't
he
hear
doesn't
him.
sleep. That's a foreign
Ah.
concept. He sleeps for an hour and then he grunts for 3 hours. Just I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this kid?
You're one of those old guys that are just like, fuck.
He just
It's that
grunts.
baby. It's that baby that has the drums laugh. You know the one I'm talking about?
Hey, don't worry. In 40 years, you're gonna be grunting, shitting yourself, and he's gonna be cleaning up after you.
Yeah, I guess that's true. All right. Well, I want to get through these. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna return to the original trivia game. Man, I did this originally back in the day, and there's actually some that we just used straight up. I'm reusing. So if you guys forgot, bully on you. But we lost the audio and the recording of this, so you guys who are watching and listening never got to hear it and see it. So I'm gonna bring it back, and we'll have it for this episode. So we're gonna do 3 rounds. We're gonna do definitions and deviations. This is where I tell you a phrase, an English phrase, and you tell me what the origin of it comes from.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and then the common thread in which I give you three words, and you tell me what is the common thing amongst the 3 words. And then finally, for the final round, worth 2 points each, it's definitions on the spot, bluff or real. One person of the 3 of you will have to listen to 2 people tell you the definition of a word. One of them is being truthful, and the other one is lying, and you have to tell which one is which. I'm assuming you guys are watching the baby.
I just watched this. I'm not even watching. I just looked at the thumbnail and I'm thinking about it again.
I'll have to watch it after this.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Oh, God,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, we know the whole shebang.
Okay.
Again,
Baby.
the loser of this has to go Super Saiyan at the beginning of our next podcast.
Let me ask you this. How are you gonna tell? Who are you gonna? When you tell someone the real definition,
I'm
how are you
going
gonna send
to
it to
text
us?
you, so keep your phone on silent. If you guys can do that now, and it's the last part of the round, so it'll be the last 10 minutes of the show. I will text one of you the real thing, and then the other person will be the bluff.
Okay, so when that happens, we all have to look at our phones because if not,
I'm gonna text the fake person the word bluff, and then the real person the actual definition.
Okay, cool.
All right.
All right.
So let's get started. Definitions, deviations. Steve, we're gonna start with you.
What the fuck was that?
Nope, that's a point off. He cussed.
This point off. So this is worth 1 point.
Are you serious?
No,
Yep,
What?
done. Yeah.
Okay, the definition or the the deviation is to pull someone's leg.
So wait, what?
Where does the phrase "to pull someone's leg" come from? What does it mean?
Oh,
What
yeah.
it was originated as?
To pull someone's leg, it was where did it originate at?
Yeah, like what was the original concept of that phrase?
Oh, like it's almost like you're yanking my leg, you're pulling my chain type thing, kind of like it'd be like, oh, you're basically like joking around with me type thing.
No,
Right?
that is wrong.
No?
Nope.
Okay.
Anybody else want to take a crack at it for half a point?
I don't know.
Nope.
Yeah, it's because you're pulling my
Tripping
leg.
him?
It's
Oh no. You're pulling my leg because
Ian, you get half a point.
I do?
Yep.
I was right?
Yeah, tripping.
What?
Yep.
Tripping?
To pull someone's leg was robbers would trip a victim and the other would pull the money. That's where the phrase "pull someone's leg" comes from.
I'm going Super Saiyan.
Probably gonna go Super
I
Saiyan.
got
All right,
half
Alan,
a
you ready?
point.
Yeah.
What is the definition of infantry? Where does it come from?
Okay. I'm pretty sure it's a French word. French origin.
Okay. It's not.
Actually, it's probably Latin.
There you go.
And it's,
You're on.
and
Okay.
it's pastry.
Okay. Infantry. Okay. I know it has to do with child,
Ooh,
like
you're close.
enlisting. Oh, okay. I'll take a stab here. Perhaps that you have kind of almost like a caste system or something, and so some like children at birth are like chosen to go be like a military branch or something, and they're like going to be part of the army. So like from early on in their life, when they're like infants, they know that they'll be in the military.
No. I'm gonna give you half a point because you got half of it right. It is a Latin word. It does come from infant, but it means, because it shares infant, it means that a foot soldier and babies, they share the term no speech. So they would follow a knight into battle and didn't say anything. They were quiet.
Whoa.
They were the infantry. All right, Ian.
Crazy.
I like Alan's explanation better.
Ian,
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah, mine's right.
Gone
Cool point,
south.
Alan.
What does that mean?
Gone south.
Florida man can't answer.
It could mean some dirty things too.
It comes from Australia. I would think that's maybe migration.
That was
You
the
know,
worst
it's a-
accent I've ever heard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
I'm
really
terrible
bad.
at accents.
It was
Terrible.
Minus no.
I hate this point system. Okay. I'm thinking that it's due to migration, maybe like to go towards warmer weather during cold times.
Nope. Anybody want to take a crack at it?
Shit.
Going south. Everything's going south. Does it have to do with the Civil War?
Yeah,
Civil War. Yep.
going south.
Okay, so the South rebelled against the government, so things must have been bad, and it's like going south because they're like having a revolution versus
Not
the
close
government.
enough.
Fuck.
You got nothing, Steve?
Abraham Lincoln, I think, said it first.
Abraham Lincoln.
Well, he's not a real
Abraham Lincoln.
person.
It's his brother. That's
Gone
his brother.
His
south.
brother,
Yeah.
Goat.
George
Lee.
Lincoln.
Gone south is a cowboy term. It refers to someone who has failed so bad that they needed to leave, so they go to Mexico to hide out. They're gone south.
Damn it! Damn it! Red Dead Redemption. Why didn't you?
Yeah,
teach
I know.
me this?
I know.
I should have known it was Mexico.
All
Great
right,
game. Great game, by the way.
Steve-O, your term is seedy.
CD? Mm-hmm. CD's nut. Alright, CD.
That is wrong.
Um,
Anybody want to take a...
Minus 8 points.
CD. Compact disc?
Wow. No, seedy. S-E-E-D-Y.
Oh. CD. Dude, I don't even know. I can't even fathom making something up for that.
Man. Okay. Anybody else want to take a crack?
I hear the word all the time in like
I mean,
fantasy.
You hear that?
Fantasy
CD.
RPGs. They're like a CD tavern and like
Really?
CD character.
well, yeah. Yeah, like it's
It's shady. It means like shady.
Mm-hmm.
It means like sketchy or something, but I don't know what the origin of it is.
If you can name some... If you can get a little bit closer, I'll give you half a point for that.
Seedy.
dark.
Nope.
Is it like under the earth? Like seeds are like covered, so you're like
You getting
kind
closer?
of
Cavernous.
shrouded. You're buried. You're gonna sprout into a plant at some point.
Grow leaves.
I'll give you half a point for that, Alan.
Yes.
It's shabby and run down, a vegetable that hasn't been harvested, and a plant has entered a seedy phase.
Yes, that's exactly
That's
what
pretty
I said.
close.
That's pretty close. All right, Alan. Rock bottom.
Oh,
Fuck, I've heard this before. Fuck. You hit rock bottom. Fuck. Does this have like a mafia background? Okay.
you can't give him clues.
These are so hard that I don't. It's okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll allow it.
For me, you know.
Yeah.
Shit. I think we've talked about this on this show before, actually.
Yeah, this was a word that we used back when we first did the trivia, like
Yeah.
almost a year ago.
Yeah. Oh, fuck, man. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't even. I have
Anybody
no
else?
idea.
Take a stab
Yeah.
at it.
What's up?
Means you hit rock bottom. Mean like you have nothing left. You've hit absolute bottom.
That's what it means.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where
but-
does it come
But
from?
we all know that.
Oh, where does it come from? Oh, it comes from Mr. Rock Bottom.
The Rock.
Does
The
it
Rock.
come from
Honestly,
Dwayne Johnson.
sailors?
you're close, Steve. If you can tell me who, you're close enough, Steve, that if you could tell me who or what, if you can tell me what profession.
Oh,
coined-
stock market.
No.
No?
How about fishermen or sailors?
No.
No, rock bottom.
All right, rock bottom
wait,
is a trade term. Miners came up with this term. It's a term for bedrock and synonymous with reliable
Yes.
and honest. Once you got to the bottom, you couldn't go anywhere.
Fuck.
All right, Ian, stumped.
I think we've done this one too.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. Okay,
Forgot.
stumped. I think that means like a. Oh man, I'm stumped on this one. uh,
Yeah.
I'm imagining it's when someone was trying to cut down a tree and they can't go any further, like it's too thick or something of that sort.
Close. Yeah.
You know, it's you're hitting the stump of something, like you can't just go any further, and I think it's more of a laborist term.
Okay. Do you know what labor?
Lumberjack.
Foresting.
I'll give you half a point. It's pretty
Okay.
dead on. It's railroad. It's a railroad working.
Oh,
When they cleared
yeah.
land to lay down
Oh,
tracks.
Oh, yeah.
If they hit a tree, it would stop all work. So they're just like, "Oh, we're stumped. Can't go any
Nice.
They
further."
were stumped.
All right, Ian. Good job. 1 point for Ian. 1 point for Alan, and a 0 for Steve-O. All right, Steve-O.
Saddle.
We're gonna do maybe one, maybe another round, but this could be the final one. Bite the bullet.
Where it came from, bite the bullet.
What was that?
I'm gonna go with like completely on the limb here. Bite the bullet. Back then when people used to get electrocuted, they had to bite on a bullet because it would help them not break their teeth before they died. So you had to like bite the bullet.
I'll give you half a point for that.
Really?
Yeah. So
What?
bite the bullet, it's in olden days when the doctor was short of amnesia. They would during battle they would use a bullet and put them in the person's mouth to bite on so that they can distract from the pain.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, cool.
See?
I was just going out
You're
like
doing
I
it,
was
Steve.
thinking, like
You're using your
I was
imagination.
thinking like old times and thinking shit. That was good.
Yeah,
All
dude.
right, cool.
Nice job. Nice
For
job.
creativity, can I get another half
No.
point?
Alan,
Okay.
break the ice.
Oh, fuck you. Okay. Okay, break the ice. Break the ice. I know what it means.
Right.
How do you do? Stand on this frozen lake. Let me break the ice. Okay. It comes from Canada.
Maybe.
Does it have like a social origin?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
In some ways, yeah.
So, as is tradition in many Inuit areas of northern Canada in the Yukon territories,
Ooh.
Inuit people will bring a block of ice to one another and chisel their initials into it and provide it to each other as a gift. And as doing so, they have broken the ice for one another.
I love
and
it.
In doing so, they can come in and share their whale meat and seal meat and furs and.
That is pretty believable.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's probably better than the actual definition.
It probably is.
Completely wrong.
It is wrong. Yeah. Do you guys want to take a stab at it?
I was gonna say like everyone there was just a community block of ice and everyone come up and take a piece off.
No.
Hey, who wants a piece of the ice?
Well, I mean, like if it's a community
Eat
aspect,
for
like, hey, let's go
everyone.
break
Get
the
your
ice
ice.
with.
Yeah. Steve-O, you got anything?
Yeah, it's a good pickup line.
All right. Break the ice is the receiving country of goods would send small ships to break the ice to clear the way for trade ships. This gesture would show affiliation and understanding
Think
between
of
two
that.
territories.
Could have thought of that. Guys, come
Ian,
on.
last one. Here we go.
I liked Alan's better to be true.
I like both of them better. Butter someone up.
Well, this is a sexual term,
Oh.
and butter someone up. Man,
Yeah.
that's tough.
This is a very hard one. A very tough one.
So, back when butter was currency,
Ooh.
they would then
actually,
give someone butter.
Currency.
It's, before there was dollars and everything, butter was the actual trading, and you would make butter and you'd go butter them.
I
You
mean,
had me in there until you just
No,
said
yeah,
the
but
fucking
yeah.
You were
I have
butter.
no
you're-
fucking idea.
you're oddly enough closer than you think, but there's just not enough there for me to give you half a point even.
Okay, then let me go further. I was
Okay.
not done. Okay.
All right. Oh, sorry.
So when you would butter someone up
Uh-huh.
and they would receive the butter,
Yeah.
Stop saying butter. God damn
fuck, I
it.
don't know.
All right. Anybody
they
else
would
want to?
then return something to you, and mostly like in furs and tools.
No,
And
wrong.
whale meat and seal meat.
Does
After they broke the ice.
Yeah. Anybody
I'm
else
gonna
want to take a
say-
shot?
Butter someone up. Maybe butter. Okay, so go back. Wait, no, go back.
If
Butter.
you say butter like as
Turning
many times
butter,
as possible,
turning
it doesn't
butter.
make it-
I know.
It's gonna be like something religious.
Oh, holy crap!
Religious
All right,
thing.
Steve.
It's gonna be okay, because butter, turning butter.
Here's this Jesus butter.
who are those guys that turn butter?
Turn butter once or
Wait,
twice, living in
Amish. It's probably gonna be something like
paradise.
religious with Amish.
Nope.
It's got to be something to do with.
It
Something
is a
like
religious act, but it's not with Amish.
That. Do I get half a point for religious?
No.
What?
What do they do with the butter?
I'll fucking throw it at people.
Okay.
For,
Actually,
throw it at people for like it's like a religious thing. And they threw it at people, and like it was like a food fight, but it was like a gentle food fight.
I'll give you half
make
a.
you shiny.
Butter
They
some-
make you shiny and greasy for God.
I'm gonna give both you half a point for
Yes.
that. Okay, so it was a customary religious act in ancient India. The devout would throw butter balls at the statue of their gods to seek favor and forgiveness.
Dude, that's
What?
exactly what I was going for,
Yeah,
man.
clearly.
That's
Okay,
exactly.
we're gonna go.
So basically, you just got to think of the craziest shit.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So we're gonna go to the next round. This is the common thread. This is where I give you 3 words and you name the common thread between the 3 words. Okay.
Can we get a recap on points?
Yeah. Ian, you're sitting at 1 point. Steve-O, you're sitting at 1 point. Alan, you're sitting at 1.5.
Yes.
All right. Here.
All because of the.
Yeah.
All right.
Common thread. Here we go. Steve-O. A jig, a C, and a hack.
Oh.
Oh, what did they send?
What is the
what's
common thing amongst these 3 words?
A jig, a C, and a hack.
And a hack.
Jig, a C, and a hack.
Alan knows.
Someone who's
No, this is not.
sucks at life.
This is not
Huh?
like a definition. You just need to. For instance. Okay. Let me give you a quick example.
Yeah, please.
If I were to say river, person, and cave, the answer would be mouth. There is a mouth of a cave. There's a mouth of a river, and
Oh.
a person has a mouth. So
A jig, you see, and a hack. A hatchet, like a jig, a C, and a hack. Oh, a boat. Boat dock.
yeah, no,
No. okay.
wrong.
Can I get it?
Yeah, what's up?
Saw.
Yes.
I was gonna say it. Damn it.
Seesaw. Oh, okay. I got
Half a
it.
point.
I'm sitting. Nice.
Alan, you're at 2. So Alan, you're up.
Yes.
Dude, can mosquitoes bite you through fucking sweatpants?
Yes, they can.
In
you're
Florida.
gonna get that
In Florida.
Zika.
Wearing
for sure.
sweatpants?
Alan,
Yeah.
net,
Because there's mosquitoes out here.
a
Wait,
net, a clock, and a team.
A net, a clock, and a team.
Ooh, I know.
Shit. A net, a clock, and a team. What the fuck?
If there's 2 losers, I want to see them monologue and then go Super Saiyan.
Oh yes.
And we're gonna be going. It's gonna be a long time. Before we get to
Yeah,
this.
no, I want like a 5-minute interaction.
No, it's gonna be longer than that.
Okay, fine. Maybe you could just reenact a whole episode of like Vegeta and Goku gonna fight each
That'd be
other.
fun. Actually, I
Right.
would probably enjoy that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be cool.
You and Rocco would get so into it.
Oh, we
Yeah.
would. No,
Cool.
no joke.
I mean, Rocco would probably just volunteer to like help out. He'd be like, "I'll be Piccolo's lines."
no, I was always picking.
He'll like show up in like green,
Yeah.
like face paint and everything.
Yeah. All right, Alan.
I got nothing. I
Okay,
got
Steve,
nothing.
what's up?
Soccer.
No.
Okay.
You said
Net, clock,
team,
team.
Clock.
a hand,
Close. It's work.
work.
Oh, when net pay,
Yep. Work.
you're on the clock.
Yep.
And a team of people.
Yep.
I could go for so many other things.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Yeah.
Sorry, Alan. Ian.
Yep. You got a point for me, anyways.
Here we go. Rat endurance amazing.
Rat, endurance, and amazing.
Oh,
Race.
Saturday.
Yeah, there you go.
nice.
Ian
What is it?
Is now tied with
Race.
Alan. Race.
Like rat race, endurance race, amazing
I was
race.
gonna say my Saturday night.
Steve. Midnight Desert Rising.
I think I know.
Sunrise.
Yeah, Sun.
Sun.
There you
Done.
go.
Sun.
Whoa, nice.
All right. cool.
Alan. Steam Bridal Soul.
Oh shit.
Dark Souls.
Shower.
No.
Damn it.
Anybody want to? Anybody want to
Hey,
take close
Steam
though?
shower
No.
souls.
Steam Bridal Soul.
Steam Bridal Soul. Marriage.
Nope. Ian.
Fuck.
For a half point. Take the lead.
Steam bridal souls.
Steam Bridal Souls. Steam.
You can only get one guess, Steve. You can't
Yeah.
guess.
I know. I still want to go for it though, because this is practice. I'm practicing my mind right now.
But if you
Wet.
don't say anything though, Ian.
yeah, keep concept.
Got
around
nothing?
that. Practicing my mind.
Shit. Mist.
No.
I don't know.
Train. Soul Train. Bridal Train.
Ah.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
Soul Train. Okay.
Oh, Steve.
Ian.
Yep.
Poly Bar Tella.
Tella. Vision.
Nope. Half point.
Phone.
Nope. Tella Poly Bar.
Oh, I know
the
it.
bar exam. The bar exam.
No.
Graph.
Yeah.
Too late.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Okay.
Do I get a half point for that
No.
for saving myself?
Nope.
No.
Steve-O.
Yeah.
Cow Shoe Baby.
Cow shoe baby.
Yeah.
What? Cow shoe.
This is the last round. Or the last set for this round.
Cow shoe. Cow. Cow shoe baby. What the fuck does that even have to do with anything? Like cow.
Got nothing?
I'm trying, man. Well, cow shoe baby. Calf.
No.
Okay.
Good guess though. Anybody else got anything?
Cow shoe.
Cow Shoe a Baby.
Lace.
No. But getting closer.
Oh, I know it.
Ian, dude.
Leather.
You could be
Uh,
2.5 points ahead.
I know.
Alan.
Shoe baby.
If I'm right, I get a quarter of a point.
Fuck. It's,
no such thing.
That's exactly my guess.
I figured.
I don't know.
Tongue.
Tongue.
Fuck!
All right.
Wait, baby
Wait,
tongue?
how's that? Cow shoe baby. How's that even?
Shoe.
Baby's-
tongue. The
baby
tongue of
tongue?
a shoe.
I don't
A
know.
cow
Oh.
tongue, eat it, and then
Yeah.
baby.
But where's the
tongue.
baby?
Baby has
Like-
tongues? I don't know.
That's
just-
fucking dumb.
Not making anything.
That is dumb.
Sorry. Hey, man, these all can't be winners. Alan. Doctor's office, post office, music.
It's too early to be working this hard. Okay, say those again.
Doctor's office, post office, music.
I got nothing.
Yeah,
I
nothing.
got nothing.
Are these getting harder, by the way?
Yeah, they seem like it. Doctor's office, post office, music.
Mm-hmm. You guys want to...
Oh,
postal.
shit. I think I know it now. Fuck.
I just say going postal.
Nope.
Okay.
Shit. Sheet?
Nope.
Is it notes?
Nope.
Fuck. Post office notes?
That's a great.
Yeah,
Doctor's notes.
Nope. Steve, anything? If not,
You already guessed.
it's key or scale.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be something related to like the music sheet too.
Post
Yeah.
You guys were that was a good guess. All right, Ian, ready?
Music.
You're the last
Ours-
one. Zipper.
Oh, scale.
Do it.
Zipper, shark, comb.
Oh my god.
Wait. Zipper?
Zipper, shark, comb.
What the fuck?
I got it.
Teeth!
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right, Ian
I only got that from shark's teeth, really. I was like, shark
Ian's in the lead
teeth.
with 3. The rest of you guys have 2. We're gonna go to our final round. There's going to be just 1 per each. It's worth 2 points. So you guys get 1 shot at this. Good luck.
It's anybody's game.
I am now texting Ian and Alan the definition of what I want. I'm also texting who is bluffing. So they will not be using this definition. They will be making up their own definition. And the word is, and Steve-O, this is the word for you. It's plumicorn.
Wait, dude. Oh, okay.
The word is plumicorn. And you're going to have to listen to Ian and Alan's definition. They'll be different and one of them is the real definition and the other one is fake, and you have to determine which one is real and which one is not. You will get 2 points if you are correct.
It's okay, because I can kind of tell who's the bullshitter. Maybe.
We'll see.
Maybe. This is kind of...
The word is plumicorn.
I wish it was between Rock, because I can totally tell when Rock was bullshit.
Yeah. I'm gonna go from Ian to Alan, and then you can then decide. You can also ask, I guess, them to repeat it once, but then that's it.
Alrighty, what was the word again?
Plumicorn.
Plumicorn. That is actually one of the...
bullshitting already.
That is one of the feathers on the top of an owl. It's actually one of the large tufts. I'll say that. There
Holy
you go.
shit. Okay, Alan. That sounded pretty good. That sounded pretty good. I like that. You can't make that shit up.
The actual definition is similar to this, but on military uniforms, you know, they have like the little like dongle thing on the top of them, like on the military parade uniforms. I know this because I went to military school actually. They have the little like little feathery thing. That is a plumicorn, and what colors are on it depend on like what rank you are and what you get. So
I hate this fucking game already. This is great. I love this shit because this is good. This is good. What was your definition again, Ian?
I said it was one of the longer feathers on the top of an owl.
Yeah.
It's one of the larger tufts.
The word is plumicorn.
That's right.
I can't do this. It's like it was so good. Like I don't know.
It's a 50-50 shot, man.
I'm gonna go with Ian.
Oh, right.
You get 2 points.
I'm gonna go with Ian.
I was trying to deliver it in a way.
No, because the thing was, it's like I don't know if you can make that shit up. Like, Ian, I don't know if Ian can make that shit up.
Oh,
like
I
an
can.
owl, like an owl. I was sitting there thinking like that. And then Alan, I was like, I don't think he ever went to military school. There's no way. And then like, I don't know, but like,
damn it, I did go to military school, so like I thought that was gonna add like credit.
Alan,
I don't know enough about you. I don't know enough about you.
So we're getting pressed for time, so I just want to keep moving forward. This is really good.
Sorry, that was.
I just texted Steve-O and Ian a definition and who is bluffing. Alan, you're up. The word is verbuncos. Okay. All right. So, Steve-O, I'm gonna go the same way. I'll go from left to right. So
Yeah.
Ian, you're first, and then Steve-O, you'll give your definition to Alan. The word is verbuncos.
Okay.
Verbuncos.
So who's going
Okay.
first?
Ian,
Ian.
Me, yeah. So verbunkos is actually a term in ancient Egypt where they would all get together and it would be a huge party, and they would sacrifice someone for the gods.
Um,
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Actually, I was gonna say.
You're just reading the message again. I think Ian's bullshitting.
okay, so Ian, you did it wrong.
Yeah,
Hey,
Yeah.
because that kind of messed me up a little bit. Because I was thinking, I was like, okay,
yeah,
well, I don't
so
have
we're
to
gonna
read-
we're gonna redo this.
I don't have to read the definition.
oh, I looked at the wrong text.
Yeah. I'll send you guys another one. We'll do a different one.
Well, so who is bullshitting? Supposed to be
I don't want to tell you because I'm afraid that will give away this next.
Whoops.
Yeah, because that messed me up.
1 second.
So you send a definition to both people, and then you send who is bluffing, right?
Yes, correct.
Right.
I didn't.
You're a fucking idiot. It was kind of confusing though, because when I got this, I was like, "Oh, okay, like I got the definition," and then you're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I'm bluffing." I was like, "Well, you gave me the definition, so."
Right. Okay, I'm saying it again. Let me know when you guys get this and you understand. We'll
Sorry, there's a new word.
Yes, and the word is a frickle.
Frickle.
The word is frickle, and again, we'll start with Ian and then go to Stevo. Same deal.
Okay.
Give it a minute to think of what your definition is going to be.
Frickle.
Yeah.
So I'm going first.
Yes, I'll have you go first.
It's a group, like a bushel of like a lot of like apples. It's a huge bushel of like 60 something apples. That's what I'm gonna go with.
Actually, it was based off of Hungarian times, and they'd have to actually go back, and it would be like a frickle, like it'd be a frickle of like sugar cane. They bundle up into like this little like bushel. That's actually what it was, and it was like a frickle of 12. Yeah.
Okay, Alan. 2 points.
What was yours, Ian?
It's a like a bushel of apples, all put together, like 60 something of them, I would say, maybe.
I'm gonna go.
less.
Ian is bullshitting.
Wrong.
Damn it!
All right.
Damn it!
Um,
I lose then, right? I guess.
was it-
Yeah, I know I do. If
uh,
Steve got his,
in
Ian's already 1 point ahead of me.
yeah,
Fuck.
we can do one.
Well, so
more
what was
for
the
fun.
answer? What is?
It was a bushel of apples.
It's a bushel
Well,
of
then why
apples.
is there a fucking name? Why is bushel already a name for apples? Fuck! Fuck!
It's a frickle of apples.
We want to do this last one just for kicks.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
So I want to see who's bullshitting on this one.
Yeah.
Is this for Ian?
Uh,
Yeah.
All right, Alan. Let's see who's the biggest bullshitter.
1 second. I sent you the definition, and then I sent you who is bluffing. Ian, you have to pick the right person. Are you guys okay?
Yeah.
The word is egret. Egret.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know this one.
Who's going first?
We'll go Alan and then Steve.
Okay. So when you're calling in sick to work and you kind of you're being phony about it, when you're talking to your boss on the phone, you're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I can't make it in. I can't make it in today. I'm not gonna be able to make it. I'm just so sick today. I will talk to you later. All right, bye. Bye." That's an
Urgrot.
Urgrot.
Okay.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. All right. Urgrot is basically you get like it's like a bacteria in your stomach, and it makes you throw up, like profusely.
Calling into work and throwing up. I'm gonna go with. I think Alan is correct.
Good job.
Really?
Damn it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good job.
Oh, yes.
All right, guys.
So
The final score
Hey, that was
here-
pretty good. Mine was pretty good though.
Steve-O, you
That was
finally won one here.
I
at
did.
4. Yeah, at 4.
That was like the first one I think.
I
ever.
know. And
Nice.
Ian and Alan coming in at 3 and 2 respectively.
wait, I thought that one was for 2 points.
Yeah, it was. That's
How did he
Steve-O
only
got-
have
What was the
2
score
points?
before into that then?
It was like 3, 2, and 2.
So doesn't Ian have 5 then?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, good point. Ian won that one.
That's
right.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
How does
Steve-O,
that
you
feel,
lost.
Steve-O? You just
lost by
got
1
knocked
point.
down.
And what I would love to
I just want to point out and say thank you, Steve Harvey.
do. I did just Steve Harvey it. No. So that's totally true. I would love it if you two were to go Super Saiyan in the next episode.
Okay.
I can definitely. I'll record like a monologue on my phone, and then I'll start going Super Saiyan, and it'll play
Cool.
monologuing what
Cool.
I'm saying.
You just-
I'm going to have to do some research on how to monologue and Super Saiyan.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. There's a YouTube video of a kid who goes Super Saiyan. It is awesome.
Okay.
So you
This is
should
gonna
check
be
that
fun.
out.
I'm actually gonna have fun doing this.
Guys, this has been another episode of the Everything and Nothing Show, complete with funny, serious, and all sorts of topics, as well as trivia games to delight, surprise, and entertain you, the viewer, who comes every week, week after week, day after day, to check out our videos on youtube.com/Maelstrom Gamers channel. If you guys are liking what you're hearing, you like what you're seeing, and you have an extra buck, go to patreon.com/Maelstrom Gamers channel. Support us. It helps us do more of this. It helps us do this on a more grandiose stage and with better equipment, and it's greatly appreciated. If you don't have that dollar, we understand. Economy's tough. Times are tight. You can go to facebook.com/Maelstrom Gamers channel. You can go to @Maelstrom Gamers. You can follow us, like us, subscribe, comment. We want to hear from you. Share our stuff. It really helps us, and it's a free way to support us. Yeah, this has been a lot of fun. Each topic will be on the YouTube channel for free. And catch us streaming. We recently dived into The Division, all 4 of these Yahoos on PS4. So if you like Division and you want to see what we're doing, go on to youtube.com/Maelstrom Gamers channel and check us out live streaming. Also, come join us. I'm sure that the more the merrier, especially in the Dark Zone. You guys could really own some noobs and take them out. So
That's right.
That's what the kids say
that's
these
what the kids
days.
say.
Yes.
It's the noobs. Yeah. So yeah, we're not the best, but we're certainly not the worst. We are entertaining. So check us out. Play with us, become a Maelstrom Gamer, support us. Until next week, keep thinking about everything and nothing. It's been an honor to entertain you. Peace and take care.
I just want to.
But
Yeah.
like amplified, because he can do it all in an animated series, instead of just talking about it,
Wow.
he actually, yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny though.
You could see it acted out.
His imagination, I can't.
Yeah, it runs wild.
It almost makes me sick. Like, I'm sure there's a ton of poop and vomit and just
There's a lot
sex.
of things in there, yeah.
Ugh. It's like the Aristocrats joke, just
Oh,
in
yeah.
animated form, I'm sure.
But I would think I'd have to really go to, something I've watched a million times over is Family Guy, of course. So
Oh, yeah.
You know, I don't know. Like, do you guys, for an animated series to go very long and just diminish over time, do you think that hurts the legacy of the series? Because, like, for instance, Simpsons, from what I know, is like there's 2 camps. There's the original Simpsons camp, and then there's everything that happened after that, and people don't really like, maybe hate's too much of a strong word, but people really just don't even really appreciate or think the new Simpsons stuff is even that good. And does that tarnish its legacy, right? Or is it pretty easy to say, no, Simpsons is one of the best because it just had a great run for those 9 years, and then after that it really just fell apart, but I pretend like that doesn't exist. Because if that's the case, I gotta say that, like, Family Guy, I don't know.
Yeah, I think
Maybe-
Family Guy had that happen to them, for
Yeah.
sure.
yeah.
And maybe I grew out of it, or I just stopped whatever happened, but, like, I'm not that big of a fan of it anymore. It's okay, but it's not that funny anymore. It's kind of run its course for me.
Okay.
South Park, I would argue actually got better over time. It like evolved in a really interesting way. It went from very crude, crass, juvenile humor, which was great for its time, but then it evolved into this like you said, Ian, very political. They just had an interesting way of making you think. Like they would flip a lot of political topics on its head. Like when it was cool to be gay, and they criticized those who wouldn't be gay. Like they basically treated people how gay people are treated today in this world, but flipped it and treated straight people like that. And I thought that was really clever. And I thought they had a lot of witty ways of making a statement and making fun of the people that they're making the statement on. Like it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And that's why I think my vote has to go for South Park, because I've been watching it since it came out. I mean, I don't sit there like every week whenever it's in season.
Sure. On the Skype each and every week. We each bring a topic for our discussion, but more importantly for your entertainment. There's 5 topics every week, and each topic has its own YouTube video on youtube.com/Maelstrom Gamer channels. And on Saturday, all the topics are rolled up into one episode where you can get all of that for free. And if you want to get that early and support us for as little as $1, you can go on to patreon.com/MaelstromGamers, and you can support us there. We also have fun little rewards for you, including getting things early, MP3s, videos, and special podcasts as well. If you don't have money, that's okay. There's free ways to support us too. You can go on our Facebook page. You can go to our @MaelstromGamers on our Twitter. Follow us there, like us there. You can comment, subscribe, and share the YouTube video down here. We're getting a lot of, actually, what's interesting is we're getting a lot of great comments, mostly flat earthers. That's cool. We'll talk to you guys. That's fine. But we also got a shout out, guys. I don't know if you saw this, but in college, we inherited a house off campus called the Super House, and it was called the Super House because it was a ginormous house off campus that threw amazing parties. Being the people that we are, we didn't want to just like take their name, so we made it the Maelstrom House, and that's where the Maelstrom moniker comes from. But the Super House guys also have a podcast, and they gave us a shout out and shared our stuff on Facebook with all their people. So I just want to give a special thanks to them.
Nice.
And with this episode, we're going to shout out to the Super House people as well. I started listening to their podcast. It's pretty funny. You guys should definitely check it out.
After you check out ours.
After you check out ours, of course. So that's the format. It's very simple. There's ways to support us. There's free ways to support us. Really, if it's $1, it's really it's that simple, and it can go a long way. So really appreciate it if you can spare that extra change. We're just a bunch of bums asking for money. That's really all this is.
Yeah.
Making conversation about it.
Clay hates bums, by the way.
Except they're getting more money than us. Though.
They are. They're getting a lot more money than us.
Yeah.
We're failing at this. All right, let's go to our first topic. Steve, I'm going to allow you to wake up a little bit, so I'm not going to go to you.
Thank you.
Ian, you look actually pretty awake. I'm gonna go for you, man.
Because it's not early in the morning in Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been up for a few hours. It's kind of nice.
Has been awake.
It is for me, though.
Well, we all know that you're the bum posted on the corner right now, so you're at your job, and we understand.
You know, for a man who's extremely tired, you did a really great job on your hair this morning.
I was gonna say,
your hair is. For those listening to MP3, which
I feel like he's
is
got
nobody.
one of those like Rube Goldberg machines. Like he wakes up and knocks a ball over it, and then like starts combing his hair or something.
Well, Clay, you would know nothing about that, man.
What? I know what Rube Goldberg.
Yeah.
Oh, hair. Got it.
Yeah.
Talk shit about.
He grooms his beard.
That's right. I groom beard and then they shave it.
I want one of those. That'd be really cool. I'll trade you.
No.
Well, so
my
my
beard.
topic was, what is your guys' favorite animated series? There's a lot out there nowadays, so I didn't know if you guys had a favorite or possibly one that you used to like and maybe don't like anymore. You know, I was telling Clay earlier, if you think about it, like back in the day, you know, more adult animated series like Simpsons and there was South Park, but now there's like a handful and a bunch of them out there. So, what are your favorite animated series, or if you even like animated series?
Well, Ian, what is your favorite animated series? Why
I've
don't you
always-
kick it off?
I've always liked South Park. That's a great one, just because they kind of stay current and they make fun of, you know, a lot of issues and be it political or social.
Yeah.
They
It
do a
always
good job of
prep-
offending everyone.
Exactly. And that's what I like. I like to offend everyone, you know. But I started to get on. I don't know if you guys seen Brickleberry.
No.
It's
I have not.
extremely. It's It's
That's the one with Tosh?
Yes.
Tosh.0, yeah.
Daniel Tosh, the comedian, he has Tosh.0, but he also made Brickleberry, and it's very like
That's
very
what is
disgusting.
Brickleberry? Is that the name of the character, the town?
It's the name of the
The
park.
forest.
They're all forest rangers, and
Cool.
it's like very graphic and gross, but it's hilarious. You know, just some of the things that they do and talk about. But
Tosh.0 is very like in himself.
Oh, yeah.
He's very graphic, right?
yeah, so think about his
Humor.
comedy.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone in between, welcome to the Everything and Nothing Show. I'm just one of your hostess with the mostest, Clayton Kisco, and I'm accompanied, of course, by the rest of the Maelstrom Gamers. On this podcast today, we have with us the bad boy himself, Cop Show's #1 fan, Steve Landis.
He's sleepy.
So
What's up,
tired, So tired.
Why are you so tired?
And Dappin.
That's a tired dap.
Tired Dap.
That's like a
Yeah, it's a little
Yeah,
limp.
too much division, dude.
yeah, something like that.
Okay, awesome. And next up, we have the A-Train, the Tea House, the Canadian sensation,
His
Hey,
cape
perfect
is
hair
on.
forever, Alan Tollner.
What? My camera's off?
No,
No, your
you're
cape.
right. No, you're still here.
I
Oh
can't.
yeah, my cape is off.
Yeah. There you go. There we go. And last, but certainly not least, the man formerly known as the Enigma, a.k.a. Backdoor, Ian Kane.
What's going on?
What's going on?
Boom.
You know it's him because of the bow.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Guys,
That
real
was
quick, go Titans. They just traded the #1 pick in the NFL 2016 draft to the Rams to jump to number 15. We got their number 15, their 2 second-round picks, their third-round pick, their first-round pick next year, and their third-round pick next year. So I'm feeling pretty good. Titans moving in the right direction.
And they're still going to end up last in the league.
They will, but then we'll have 2 first-round picks next year, and then we're going to go to the playoffs. Also, fun tidbit, the last 3 teams in the Super Bowl era, actually all 3 teams who have had 6 picks in the first 76 picks went to the Super Bowl in the next 5 years. So,
Well, stats are made to be broken.
yeah.
Who are the
true.
Titans?
I'm sorry?
Who are the Titans?
You don't remember the Titans?
remember
Anyway,
the movie.
for those of you who guys don't know,
Ooh.
if you guys don't know the format of the show, it's very simple. I'll break it down for you very quickly.
Clash of Titans, Sam Worthington. Liam Neeson.
Liam Nielsen, Taken.
Okay.
Us Maelstrom Gamers, we hop on. Right,
but,
of course.
and I'll never forget when I first started watching it. I was in 6th grade is when it came out.
Yeah.
And my dad, my buddy at school, I remember him telling me, he's like, dude, you got to stay up and watch this show. I was like, okay, I'll try.
Yeah.
And my bedtime was 10, but it came on at 10. So I convinced my parents to just let me stay up till 10:30 and watch TV. So
Oh, what are you watching, honey?
Yeah.
it was my dad. And he turned the
Oh,
corner.
what are you watching, honey?
Man, you sound just like him.
You got like 2 bombs.
So, I had my little sister in the room watching the show with me, and she's 2 years younger than me. So she's in 4th grade, and all my dad.
Why do you wait? Hold on. Why
Yeah.
is she there? Why do you have her there?
Because like we would sit there, like we had an older brother. We only had 2 rooms.
Okay.
And we had the. Have you guys ever heard of the day beds, where the one bed comes out and pops up?
I heard
yeah.
of the night beds,
Yeah.
but not the day beds.
Yeah, and then eventually.
Alan got it.
Yep.
Okay, sorry.
No, you're good.
So,
So,
so serious when he said it.
my dad, he heard when he turned the corner, God damn it. And then he's like, what are they watching? So he goes in there, and I had the TV on jump. So I jumped it to something else, like some cartoon. And he walked in and he was like, what are you watching? I was like, oh, just this. So he's like, no, what are you watching? I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I denied it.
You knew. I don't know what you're talking about.
So he grabbed the remote, and he hit the jump button. He knew me. And he's like, yeah, you guys can't watch this anymore. So
Oh, the jump button.
Yeah.
Dude, that's smart. You should have you should have pressed the button and 2 buttons or something just to get out of the jump.
I didn't know. I was just like, oh,
He's
it
just
was
a
like
6th
quick.
grader, Clay.
Yeah.
That's true, you're right. They don't think
That was already advanced thinking for myself,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah. Oh,
So,
dude, that's so. What's really funny, Ian, is I have a very similar story. I was in my room after my parents told me, like, they're like, look, we
Don't
heard
touch
about the
yourself.
South Park. You can't watch it, okay? And I'm like, and you know, at the time, I'm like, okay, sure. I mean, I think I fought it a little bit, but then after